Chat. Hello. If you don't know, that's from the new Squid Game, which is kind of okay, but not as good as the first one. However, the music is still on point. I don't know what it is about East Asians, but East Asians sure can make music, chat. There's something really phenomenal just about the fact that they use a recorder as the main wood instrument in that. Because it's not only super distinct, but it plays perfectly into the theme of what the show is, which is children's games that are becoming lethal. And it's like, you know immediately that a recorder is like what kids practice instrumentation, playing music on, in like kindergarten. And it's just such an amazing thought. And it's super distinct. Nobody else uses a recorder in anything. So you hear a recorder in it and you just think, good game. Amazing, chat. Amazing what East Asians can do. Amazing what the Koreans and the Japanese and the Chinese can do. Those Asians that we like so much, who make good media and good products for the most part, or at least somewhat competent. Okay, so let's see. Do I have everything working? I have to fix my script. I haven't maintained it in so long, and now nothing works together. Let's see. What should I start with? Should I just start talking about Twitter? I feel like that's the worst way to start this. Let's start with the boring, the news. The news that I missed over December, because if you don't know, for whatever reason you're watching this is your first ever stream of mine that you're watching, for whatever reason. I start by reading a little bit of news. It's about 3 hours, my streams. I start reading news very briefly. Then I switch to retarded people, and I make fun of them. And then I read super chats. So that's how it usually goes down. This is the new time slot, by the way. I did a poll, and I guess I want to say it's the new time slot, but it's the old one. It's just once a week. Some people were concerned that doing once a week would be too much content for one day, but we'll see how it goes. The main reason why I want to switch to 1 day a week is that I think I'll create more consistent streams. And I am moving forward with the foundation. I know I've been teasing this for over a year now, but I'm getting things set up. I wanted to incorporate on the first, but it didn't happen. I think I have the third board member picked. I'm waiting on a finalization of that. But then we'll incorporate hopefully early this month, probably this week. And then after that, I will be working that as well. And that will be competing with other things that I do, including the stream. So that is what's going on with that. So the news recap for the month of December, where I took a break. Let's start with easy pickings. And then I'll give my hot takes. I know I teased it in the last stream, but I promise I'll give my real opinions. Biden pardoned Biden, the other one, the one that smokes crack and fucks underage prostitutes and his own niece, allegedly. He has been pardoned of all crimes that he has committed, known or unknown, between a huge date range, and I think even into the future, it doesn't say in the actual article what the date range is. Let's see. Any sentence and related to the gun charge, but this article is wrong. NBC News downplayed this. He not only got like a pardon for just specific crimes that he was accused of, it was crimes in like a 20-year period, I think even into the future of when it was signed. So it's like, he just got carte blanche. He went overseas. He took bribes. He fucked kids. He fucked his own family, allegedly. He did all this shit. He smoked crack. Boss Man Jack smoked crack, and he's sitting in a fucking jail. If Hunter Biden was Boss Man Biden, he'd be fucking in prison, okay? It's not fair. It's not fair that we live in a world where Boss Man Jack, Boss Man Jack never fucked any kids. Boss Man Jack never went to Ukraine and did pay for play with the Ukrainian government. Boss Man Jack in jail. Hunter Biden not in jail. That's how you know our entire world, our entire country is just fucked up. So fuck him. Apparently, though, the big caveat with this is that there is when you get to this level of government, the shit that happens is just so weird that there's almost never like a legal precedent for what the fuck is happening. Like when people ask lofty questions about, can he even run for president? What would happen if he was guilty in New York and had to serve a prison sentence, but he wasn't the president? What would happen? In this one, we have an answer to a question. If he's commuted under a presidential pardon, can he be subpoenaed as a witness that would otherwise violate his Fifth Amendment rights and not testify against himself? And the answer is yes, actually. Because he's pardoned, he can be ordered as the Department of Justice, or by the Department of Justice, to act as a witness against co-conspirators who may be accomplices in his crimes of which he is pardoned, because as a part of his immunity, he's unable to incriminate himself. He can go out and literally say, yeah, for sure, did fuck kids, did pay for play, did all these horrible things, had all this shit on my laptop, smoked the crackarooski crack pipe, and he can't go to prison, so he doesn't have Fifth Amendment protections for any of those crimes anymore. Rumble is down. Let's see. Let's just take a peek at it. I want to make this stream a fixing the stream again stream. Those are the best streams. Everybody loves those streams. The last 10 years, but not into the future, somebody says. Great. Okay, next. So this one's a little bit more controversial. Let's play the video, give everybody a refresher on what happened here. Here we are. Oh, this is just him being perp walked. I thought this was the actual video. You know what? It's probably a good idea that I don't show the actual video, because I feel like that's a little bit pushing it, because it is violence, and I've learned that the one thing you absolutely positively can never fucking do on certain platforms is advocate anything even sounding like violence. So I will simply reiterate what has happened here. This rogue, this dashing rogue, took a cattle gun, a weapon specifically silenced for use on a farm, so that you can slaughter an animal without alerting other animals or causing them panic via the gunshot. So he took this cattle gun and murdered this man, multi-millionaire CEO of United Healthcare, the largest healthcare provider, I think, in the United States. And this caused some kerfuffle because, much like in the H-1B issue, no, it was not just a suppressor. I think that the police came out and they said that it was a suppressed pistol, but it's specifically made for use on a farm. So he somehow managed to get a suppressed gun that was a part of a farming operation and use that to kill this guy. In the same way, oh yeah, the hamster, of course. So somehow this guy was shot literally in the way that you would shoot a pig, that you would kill a pig. You would use this gun to murder a pig so that the other piggies wouldn't go wee 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 all the way home. Shocking. Kind of, now that you really think about it, it's kind of poetic in a way. So I would never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, ever condone violence. I actually admonish any use of force for any reason in the strongest possible terms. Even if you're being raped and murdered yourself, you should never use violence. I would never say hurt somebody ever, because I'm not allowed to. So obviously I must say that this is a bad thing. And it's really bad, and it's super bad. And every CEO that on the planet very much agrees with me that it's bad. CEO Tim Pool said it was bad. CEO Elon Musk said it was super bad. All sorts of healthcare officials who are CEOs of various healthcare companies offered their condolences. And obviously, with such great people saying that this is bad, I must disavow, from the bottom of my heart, full-throated, I disavow this violence. Unfortunately, while I have such impeccable taste, while I have such charisma, while I have such good conscience, the same cannot be said about millions and millions and millions of other people who were fucked over by United Healthcare, who watched their parents die because they couldn't afford their medical bills, who watched their parents spend their last agonizing weeks dying of cancer and trying to get their claim approved by United Healthcare so that they would actually have some assets to pass on to their own children. The people who watched their own family agonize in their deathbed over United Healthcare, for whatever reason, they said they did not have the good conscience, the squeaky clean soul to do what I have done so easily and disavow this arbitrary violence, stochastic terrorism, if we could be honest here, chat, if we could add a word to our dictionary. The word stochastic terrorism will be uttered at least one other time in this stream, I promise you. So it's really just terrible. It's terrible that violence is back on the menu. And it reminds me of a quote, I don't even know why, from a little guy who got his head blown off called John F. Kennedy, President of the United States. John F. Kennedy said that when nonviolent revolution is impossible, violent revolution is inevitable. I don't know why. I have like a tumor in my brain and just randomly provokes thoughts like that. It has nothing to do with this guy being shot, but for whatever reason, it seemed relevant. You sound like a shit lib. Hey, you want to know? You want to know who else did violence? Just paramilitary violence against their enemies? A lot of conservatives, a lot of really, really far-right groups throughout history use force to fucking murder people they didn't like. So it's kind of hard to say, like, well, one side is more violent than the other. Because guess what? The winner is always the violent one. That's just how it goes. The more super violence you have, the better your odds are. Just speaking historically, who won World War II? Was it the people with the most guns and the most tanks and the most aircraft? Or was it the people who won in the debate halls? I'm going to say it's the guys that built the most fucking tanks and the most fucking planes. They won World War II. I'm pretty sure that's the same with every fucking war, except Vietnam, who did actually debate bro the American empire into a fucking grave. Only the Vietnamese, unless you're Vietnamese, you don't get to say shit. You don't get to say shit, okay? And Afghanistan. They had guns. Okay, next. Pentagon approved funds for Mr. Beast, Kelly Clarkson, and Guy Ferrari. Now that's a dream team right there. Mr. Beast doing the diners, dive-ins, and drives thing with Guy Ferrari eating chicken wings. So the Pentagon has had an outstanding PR department. By the way, I've driven past the Pentagon. It was so weird. I was driving down the road between DC and I-80, and I looked out my window, and there was just the Pentagon there. I'm like, holy fuck, I've seen pictures of this on the internet. It's real. It's a giant Pentagon in the middle of the fucking city. What the fuck? And what's really weird is that there's a parking lot, like, where people go to, because they go to work, right? But it has, like, 2 separate security checkpoints, one after the other. So you drive through the initial security checkpoint, then you drive through the second one. And I don't know what the fuck the point is of that, but it must be a pain in the ass every morning to get through both security checkpoints. Rumble is kill. Okay, give me like 1 second. I'm gonna look at this and if I can't figure it out, I guess I'm just gonna shit and piss. Okay, cannot connect. Why can I not connect? Okay, I see. I'm gonna fix this real quick. I apologize. You know how I am. Live streaming. Stream key. Copy this stream key. Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to fix this for next time. My restreaming service has finally integrated Rumble, so now I can actually set this up like a normal human fucking being and not fix it every single fucking day manually. What sucks is that the Rumble thing always contains my long-term archive, so I guess if... What do you mean you can't fucking connect? What the fuck does that mean? Give me 1 second. Here. I'm just going to be quiet so that when I edit, when I do my post-processing, I remove any silence. So When something's not happening, it is generally better for me not to talk, but I will talk this one time so that you can hear me. Okay, I'm adding Rumble. Rumble is now added. I'm enabling it. It is starting. Sending data, chat. Sending data. This is good. And now it says it's streaming. Okay, so this might be another stream. Let me fix this. This is the exhilarating. Every fucking stream is fucked up like that. Okay, I'm ending this stream that's wrong. It's this one. Go here. You are being left behind if you're not there. Okay, is this working? It is. Wonderful. Now, chat, as I was saying before I interrupted myself, so the news came out that the Pentagon was funding Mr. Beast. What does that mean? What does that mean? How did he get through the double security checkpoint in the parking lot? What happens now? The answer is that the PR department of the Pentagon and various media companies have had mutual agreements for aeons, forever. They promote each other. And the examples given in this article, for instance, outline how certain, particularly movies, can submit a script of their movie to the Pentagon. The Pentagon will read it. If they like it, they will grant the company privileged free access to certain military assets. They will permit you to use or film planes, film tanks, maybe explode something, get onto an aircraft carrier, visit a military base as a set, and that kind of stuff saves you millions of dollars in a production, right? So in this, though, it appears to be the other way around. Either that Mr. Beast does do very fancy videos. He could be doing some sort of thing where it's like, I went on an aircraft carrier and I flew an F-35, and he's doing like the Pogger soy face on his thumbnail. Like, that's a thing he could do. I took 10 G-forces and passed out, and now I have a blood clot in my brain. Pog! Something like that. I went to Afghanistan and there was an IED that exploded, and now I shit myself whenever I hear a loud noise. Pog! Pog face! I went to the Middle East and I raped and murdered a brown child. Poggers! Poggers! That's really awesome videos that they could be doing to promote the U.S. military. And they could be giving them money for that. Now, we live in a very sensitive society, chat. Sensitive. Zoomers, for whatever reason, they don't support our proud military or our proud military-industrial complex or our proud United Healthcare CEOs. So about 35% of Zoomers actually hold the military in a favorable regard. The remaining majority does not. So when the news comes out that Mr. Beast is accepting cash money from the U.S. federal government to promote what many people in his audience would consider an unethical endeavor, well, something happened. I kind of did a thing. Heart emoji. He married it. Oh my God. He proposed to his long-term girlfriend. He's getting married, chat. Can you even believe it? Out of nowhere. Just mere days after the news comes out that he's taking money from the federal government to promote the military, he's getting married. Oh my God. Isn't that, don't you guys feel so happy for him? Look at how happy his wife is. Look at how happy his wife is to know that she's being proposed to as part of a media stunt, and how happy she is to know that forever, the pictures she'll hang on her walls to remember one of the most important events in her entire life was done while wearing Mr. Beast's Christmas sweaters. It'll always be there forever to canonize that year where long-term friend of the show, Chris Tyson, was implicated in being in a lot of stuff involving kids and lolicon and being a gross tranny. That year will forever be captured in a photo, hung up on her wall to remind her what a great year 2024 was for her and her family. Isn't it just super sweet, chat? It's so beautiful. It really Makes me tear up to see them so happy together. Chat. Amazing. And the other thing that I missed during the month of December was the total collapse of the Assad regime in Syria. This was the statement from the major rebel force in Syria. It is now, it is impossible, I think, for any one person to fully understand what the fuck is happening in that gigantic, hot, shitty cat box that is Syria. This non-state that exists solely because the French and United Kingdom governments, like 80 fucking years ago, just decided that they were going to carve up the desert this way. It's impossible really to fucking know what's happening in this, but the good guys won. Asterix. The main contention is that Assad was not very friendly to the West and was an ally of Putin, which enabled him to have a naval base in the Mediterranean that a lot of people did not like. That naval base is now gone. Russia evacuated it. And a lot of people are saying that Syria fell, and it fell overnight. It was like a 14-year civil war that just collapsed in like 2 weeks. Like, it collapsed over my Christmas break. That's how fast this 14-year civil war front, well, I say a front because there's 97 different forces fighting each other, but the biggest one fell. And now it's like a big geopolitical thing, because I think the main thing is that the first thing that happened after Assad fell is that Israel invaded, took a bunch of land, took a bunch of mountains that they can use for military deployments. And they also, since they just so happened to be in the area, since they weren't busy doing anything else that week, they decided to bomb the fuck out of like all the military bases in the country, disabling their anti-aircraft weapon systems that were donated to the Assad regime from Russia. And supposedly, the really big thing about that is that Israel happens to have a fighter jet bomber type thing that's very modern and can drive past or fly past all those anti-aircraft systems, surface-to-air missiles. And they can use those to fly right over to Iran, the country they really don't like, and bomb the fuck out of it. Even nuke it, perhaps. But the issue is that the flight distance between Israel and Iran is very long, and their jets don't go that far. So they'd have to get a refueling to go all the way to Iran to successfully bomb the most remote regions of the country. And they couldn't do that, not because the surface-to-air things could bomb or could take down the jets. They could take down the refueling planes, which are very big and easy to shoot because they're full of jet fuel. So now that Assad is gone, and now that Israel has taken some productive liberties to go in and disable all their surface-to-air missile systems that Russia had given them, they can now, theoretically, do a little air mission to Iran and bomb the fuck out of every single city in that country, which they really, 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 really want to do. So that supposedly is the big habla about Syria being taken down. Fascinating. Next. Okay, now this is the thing that I wanted to put off until the stream was actually set up and working correctly. The Xitter segment. The Xitter segment. Everybody's favorite segment, the Xitter segment. First of all, this is the Xitter segment. This is a Cybertruck exploding outside of Trump Tower.
Copy.
Okay, here one more time. Boom. Oh, you can see the fireworks. See, there was a lot of speculation about if this was a bomb or if this was fireworks, but you can really see the fireworks from this camera angle. Which indicates that it was fireworks, obviously not a bomb. It was a psyop. Okay, so in broad strokes, this is something that I've not kept up with. It's very interesting to see like an explosion outside of Trump Tower from a Cybertruck. Everyone's like, this is the photo to capture 2025 in a nutshell. Elon Musk blowing up the Trump administration before it even began. Supposedly, it was deliberate. Supposedly, the driver did shoot himself in the head before it detonated, and supposedly, according to Elon, it was so successful that the armor of the vehicle that the explosion went straight up, and the Cybertruck was left completely unmolested by the explosion. And actually, I think he even said the glass of the windows didn't shatter, which to me just makes it sound like the glass of the windows is like bulletproof. You know what I mean? It's not like there was no explosion at all that wouldn't break glass. So it's like, it's probably bulletproof glass because it's Trump Tower, you know? Makes sense to me. I don't know. Elon says it was a big win. It was a big win for Cybertruck because it didn't kill anybody or something. Now, the actual Xitter segment, the one that everyone has been dreading. I have finally been unbanned on the social media platform formerly known as Twitter. Now, it took me 8 months to get unbanned. I submitted an appeal at least once a week. I tried literally everything I could think of. Sometimes I submitted appeals with nothing in it. Sometimes I just insulted the person reading it. Sometimes I submitted AI generated explanations. Like I used Grok to generate a ban appeal that was like a 5-paragraph essay. I did everything. And after months and months and months and months and dozens and dozens and dozens of appeals, this is what did it. Please help me, Sar. I am Indian. I am fucking Indian. Help me, Sar. I am Indian. I am fucking Indian. Please help. Help me, please help. I am fucking Indian. And after literal months, almost a full fucking year of submitting appeals, within minutes, just like that, I'm back. And I, of course, immediately stuck to my promises that I would only use this for networking and serious efforts to take a big fat dump on Bowblax for being a stupid tranny retard. I couldn't help myself. Look, you can't let me speak. You just can't. You got to ban that guy. He's unhinged. He's dangerous to himself and to others. You can't give him a microphone. He's a fucking menace. So this was priority number 1. And we'll talk about Bluesky a bit, but this is my moment. Oh, look, I'm live, chat. I have a big pink circle around me. 2,500 views. That's crazy. I don't know. That's not like concurrent viewers. I think that there is in the API, because when I set this up with my little system, and it doesn't work right now because it has extremely strict what's it called? CSP, content security policies. It's a web programming thing, but the way that the system I use for the custom overlay works, it injects a script, and the Twitter CSP is so strict that the script injections are not working. So it requires another thing to disable CSP selectively or to modify it in some way. So I have to do that first before it works. But in the API, it actually does show you how many actual people are watching live. The views is like a cumulative total. Anyways, that's irrelevant. What are my plans? I'm actually extremely happy that I have it back. I will take it a little bit easy. And I want to make a promise that I'm not going to do what I did before, where I read a bunch of Twitter shit on the stream. And I also talked about the feuds that I had on Twitter that week. Everybody hated that. I actually hated that. I listen to my own stream sometimes just to like take mental notes about things that I do and do not like in my own streams and my own presentations, what kind of jokes I find funny myself. And in reviewing my old streams, I really hated when I talked about Twitter. So I have been on Twitter. I have still been managing the Kiwi Farms account, and the rules that I've set for myself for that have been working in my favor. I don't reply to anyone for any fucking reason. Not replying to people seems to be a winning strategy in general. I also, I just didn't use anything I found on Twitter that wouldn't also be interesting or feature worthy on the Kiwi Farms as content. So I just did that, and that seems to have been working just fine. what I'm actually extremely happy about is I want to promote the foundation. I've set up an account for it already, but I'm waiting for the incorporation to drop before I start promoting it. I'm starting to like kick around the little website idea and stuff, but I intend to set up the foundation. I would like to get the low-level verification thing for verified orgs, which is like 160 a month. And the reason why I'd like to do that is because they actually have advertising credits if you take this tier. So it would have a gold check mark, and it would also have advertising credits. So if I write articles or if we start FOIAing stuff that I think would create more interest in the foundation or drive people to support us, I will use that to promote our agenda, policy, directives, and shit like that. And I'll try playing around with that because this is stuff I've never, like actual real world business stuff is stuff I've never done before. I've been isolated to my own corner. I've never been allowed to use enterprise anything. I can't run ads. I can't display ads. I can't like sell stuff like a normal person. So if I set up something legitimate and take it seriously, that's all going to be a big learning experience and shit. 10,000 is funny, but in the big thing that is in its defense is that you have advertising credits. So if you actually do get the big one for a business, you get to do a lot of like advertising. So if like for real, if I get the basic one and I spend those advertising credits and I get people who click through and then join the foundation, and like those advertising credits actually result in more revenue as a result of membership pledges, then it's like, why would I not want to continue to do that, you know? I'll play around with it. Because I have really big plans that I'm very excited about. And that's the Twitter shit, really. It's kind of crazy. The only thing else worth mentioning about the Twitter shit is I've been paying close attention to the Indian discourse, and obviously the ban appeal is itself a reference to the H-1B stuff. I'm sure all of you know this, but when I do these streams, I like to talk with the understanding that people will listen to it in the future. So if you're listening to this in the future and we've already become the United States of India, the Indian 17th state, or whatever the fuck, at this point in time, Elon randomly came out on Christmas Day and told the world that he supported unlimited H-1B visa entry into the United States. He said that Indians worked harder and were smarter than American workers and more educated. He said that they would work 80-hour weeks. They didn't ask for work from home. They didn't expect a lot of money. And they were happy to be in the United States and to provide the United States so much skilled immigration. He called it the cream of the crop, the best of the best, the 0.1% or 14 million people, if you do the math, who deserve to be in the United States because they're just so darn ethical and intelligent and hardworking. And this pissed off everybody, literally everybody, because if you're on the right, well, obviously, Jeets don't really fit into the America in your head. If you're a blue collar worker with no political alignment, you're probably offended by more immigration when you're already struggling to make ends meet. If you're a well-off white collar worker, then you're intimately aware of the racist, ethnocentric hiring practices of Indians and how they deliberately, openly brag about putting their own into companies and milking it for every fucking dime it's worth. And if you're left-wing, then you see it for what it is. You have a multi-billionaire, richest man on the planet, exploiting desperate, poor people to make millions and millions and millions of fucking dollars, which is antithetical, obviously, to a socialist perspective. So every single person did not like that, except for the CEOs. The same people who were very upset about that fucking asshole getting shot like a pig with the pig gun came out and said, we actually do need more anti-racism, and we do need more foreign workers, and they are the best and brightest. You just don't understand because you're a fucking retard. Literally, he comes out and he says, this is a subtarded take. If you don't like what I'm saying, you're subtarded. Because he doesn't want to say retard on his own fucking platform. Because if you say retard, your tweet gets fucking hitting. And he knows this, and he's sewer sliding and unaliving on the fucking website that he controls. Because he won't turn it off. Just let me say what I want to say. Why do you have to invent more stupid fucking words to get around your own fucking censors, Elon? No, all white people are now subtarded. Myself included. I'm probably the most subtarded person that I've ever met, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. I'm deranged. I don't fit in. I can't not be banned. I literally joined Bluesky and I get banned before I even post. That's how fucking subtarded I am. Elon's got me pegged, he knows. But yeah. Watching the richest man in the world squirm and be deprived of validation is very, very funny. Especially because it's over something that I believe he should squirm over, which is his dumb shit takes on immigration. The other thing that kind of relevant. Actually, I don't even have this, but give me 1 second. The one person who came to his defense, who came to Lord Elon's defense, and said, no, he's right, actually. The United States can't survive without these wonderful immigrants, was this guy. This guy, Ian Miles Chong, if you don't know, used to be a humble subtard, a part of the most retarded, degenerate sector on the internet. He used to be somebody who would get on YouTube slap fights and shuck and jive for super chats. And then he discovered his real superpower. His real actual superpower. And that's Ian Miles Chong discovered that he sucks dick and gives rim jobs better than any person who has ever lived. And when Elon Musk dumped out this retard shit on the internet, this dumb fuck, low IQ take, most selfish, dipshit thing imaginable, he said, now's my chance. My lord, my master is in need, and he needs a little pick-me-up. So Ian Miles Chong transformed himself. I want you to imagine this. Imagine just his stupid fucking face. It's basically round, so you don't have to transform it in your mind too much. Imagine it as a perfect circle, and then stick that bad boy on a fleshlight, like a flashlight-shaped receptacle for a penis, and then brand it with the little X logo for Twitter. And Ian Miles Chong transformed himself into an Ian Miles Chong fleshlight and said, Master Elon Musk, please use my face as a cum hole. And so he did. And he got all the many head pats and belly scritches from the master that he could ever possibly want. And he was very, very happy about it. He was elated, finally, used for his real purpose, which is giving the richest man in the world the best rimming he's ever received. The real positive thing, even more positive than people becoming exponentially more racist towards Indians, was that everyone agreed that Ian Miles Chong is the biggest faggot to ever walk the fucking earth. And it's so rewarding to see, because I've hated him for 10 years. Great. I am fucking Malaysian. I am fucking Malaysian. Please help me. I live in a Malaysian shithole. It is 120 degrees at all times of every month of the entire year. I am a fucking Muslim. I worship a fucking pedophile. My prophet Muhammad raped a 9-year-old girl. He married her when she was 6, and then she was 9, and then he raped her. And I worship him as the messenger of God, the last true Messiah. Please help me. I am fucking Malaysian. I just want to suck rich white man dick. I am fucking Malaysian. Please help me. Please help me. Fuck this retard. Not even fucking American. We need Trump to make sure the Department of State has this fucking mongoloid on a blacklist he will never get off of. If he even tries to get on a flight to the United States Marine Corps will break into the airport with guns drawn and just gun him down. He can never be allowed to step foot in God's country, okay? Okay. Next. The actual content for once. Okay. So as I mentioned, Bluesky, the other Twitter, the not so good Twitter, the Twitter that doesn't let me dump on Pajits, the Twitter that banned me before I even posted, because Liz Fong Jones is like an advisor to Jack Dorsey or whoever the fuck runs Bluesky now. And he said, "Oh my god, you have to get rid of the fucking bigot. Oh my god, you have to do something. You have to ban him right away." So I got banned before I even posted. On Xitter, there is a bit of a problem. I said Xitter, but that's not the right one. On Bitter, get it? Because it's like X in Twitter is Xitter, and Bluesky in Twitter is Bitter. Oh my god, that's clever, chat. I just came up with that on the top of my head, chat. On Bluesky, Jesse Singal, who is a reporter from Blocked and Reported, was embroiled in controversy because on Bluesky, it is effectively just the most retarded, unloved leftist retards who are so incapable of handling opinions contrary to theirs that they can't even block people who they disagree with. So they need to be so divorced they never even accidentally see somebody who they disagree with. And that's effectively what Bluesky became. So Jesse Singal, who is effectively just a liberal, just like a regular, I think he's even English. I don't want to say that because I don't know if that's true. The name sounds kind of English. He's just on the left. The only thing about him doesn't align copacetic with the current progressive value system, as far as I know, and I know very little about him, is that he is anti-trans. And that's a big deal. If you are not pro-tranny, you are pro-genocide. You're literally stomping around finding innocent trans youth who are just trying to live their true, authentic life experience, their true self, and you are stomping on their fucking throat and killing them. Like you're just aborting them at the age of 9. They just wanted to blossom into a beautiful woman and boom, fuck you, and killed them. That's what Jesse Singal did. So they all blocked him. And he became the most blocked person on Bluesky. I pressed the space bar on my keyboard and muted myself. Usurping Brianna Wu, who was the prior short-lived #1 most blocked account on Bluesky. And then the masses rose up and said, "Bluesky, you have to ban this guy. Sure, he is completely normal, well-adjusted, anti-racist, anti-homophobe, anti-Semite on the planet, but he doesn't like heckin' trannies, so you gotta ban him." And they said no. And there was so much outrage that they literally had to put out like a fucking press statement explaining why they were not going to ban him. And then people took out screenshots of like people in the Kiwi farms supporting him and laughing at Bluesky and complained about that as well. And said that, look, the Nazis, the fucking Nazis. Was the Gestapo? No, the Gestapo was East Germany. No, wait, Gestapo was the Nazis. Hold up. I'm losing my history chat. Yeah, Gestapo was the Nazis. The fucking Gestapo are applauding him as he says things I disagree with on other sites. Terrible. I don't think there's anything else I want to say about this. I will say this, actually. He is the host of Blocked and Reported. And I just so happen to know that he put out a little teaser for some premium content. And guess who it's about, chat? Oh, it's about Liz Fong Jones and the Kiwi Farms. And how Liz Fong Jones doxed somebody that he thought was a member of the Kiwi Farms and got them fired from their job at Meta for no reason other than the fact they posted on Kiwi Farms. The same Liz Fong Jones, who was so credibly accused of sexual assault, he had to go on Twitter and post a defense about how actually he didn't rape anybody. The Liz Fong Jones who is falsely parading around a overturned default judgment to try and present himself as an innocent victim, despite the fact that he was, in fact, credibly accused of sexual assault. Now, this is behind a paywall, so I haven't actually heard it yet. But I did find it very funny that he was catching all this heat on Bluesky, the same Bluesky that Liz Fong Jones is apparently a consultant to, based off what I've seen. And his opening act in the year 2025 is to take a big old shit on Liz Fong Jones. By the way, who was also involved in trying to deplatform the Kiwi Farms way back when, because we were critical of Trans Lifeline, which just so happened to be a fraud charity at the time, because their directors, Nina Chabot and Greta Gustava, were inuring hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just a fun fact. I'm sorry if I sound a bit snoofly. I am actually a little bit snoofly. I'm still recovering from the poo flu. I should mention, since I'm on a little bit of a personal tangent, I have had my last cup of coffee. I have not decided yet if I'm going to quit coffee altogether or try to sweeten it with non-calorific sweetener, or if I'm going to switch to tea. I haven't decided. But I have ran out of coffee, and I figured I would tell people. My mic sounds crackly. Hold up. Sorry, I'm trying something that sounded fine to me, but how's this? Is this better? I can't afford coffee. Yeah, I got debanked from Gumroad, so now I can't afford coffee. When I got back to the U.S., I started trying out all the coffee available to me. And the coffee I determined, sorry, I'm reading the chat to see if my mic is actually better. The coffee that I determined is the best coffee in the United States is the Cafe Bustelo. It's like a Puerto Rican coffee or Cuban or some shit. It blows everything else out of the fucking water. It has like a peanut taste to it that I like. Everything else sucks ass. The Cafe Bustelo is good. Fortunately, I will not be having any more of it because I'm quitting to switch to some other form of caffeine. Might even just try watering caffeine pills. I actually bought caffeine pills, so now I'm gonna dope up like a fucking junkie. I'm not gonna try to masquerade it as some sort of non-addiction. Oh, I'm just drinking some fine beverages. I'm just having a nice sipperooski. No, I'm just gonna pop pills like a fucking crackhead, like a fucking opiate addict under a bridge. So let's be coming to me now, like a fucking fent junkie. It's over, chat. Okay. So next. This happened a while ago, but I've only just been able to comment on it. In December 11th, Alyssa Mercante, who is a truly vile, disgusting ex-Kotaku worker, filed a lawsuit against a YouTuber named SmashJT. This lawsuit alleges various things, including the normal slew of lawsuit bullshit like defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and one particularly fascinating thing that I've never seen before, a count of common law, which means not actually a statute. There are certain things in the legal system which are laws and things you can be sued for, but they only exist as case law. They don't actually exist as written law, and that's called common law. Intentional infliction of emotional distress, I think, is a common law tort. I think defamation is also a common law tort. There's the idea that if you say something untrue, it depends, but the one that they're suing for is definitely not a written law. It is stochastic terrorism. This is not a law. This is not a law even in New York. I think business conspiracy is one of the torts, but what they've sued for is common law, unwritten, stochastic terrorism, alleging that the act of stochastic terrorism is a crime unto itself that is obvious to people and should be remedied by the court, even if it's not written into a statute. And they're accusing SmashJT of being guilty of stochastic terrorism. What does that mean? The term comes from the Spanish Civil War, from my understanding, where the opposing sides of this conflict would randomly assassinate each other's leaders and politicians. And let's pull something completely out of the hat. Let's say that you're involved in a controversial industry. I don't know, like healthcare. Healthcare is pretty controversial. I don't think healthcare providers are usually in high esteem. Let's say that somebody goes out and just kills, and I would never condone that, but for the sake of argument, let's say that somebody goes out and kills a CEO of a healthcare providing company. Now, that man is dead. And if you just look directly at the mathematical outcomes of this, he will simply be replaced. And just because he's dead, it doesn't really necessarily mean that the direction of the company will go in a different way. Like, sure, the new CEO could have new ways of doing things, but from a very literal sense, there is no assurance that the new guy, the new replacement, will be any better than the old guy. Except when you consider in stochastic terrorism, the idea that anybody might be shot next. There might be copycats. There might be other CEOs of other companies. The new CEO might also be shot. People outside of the CEO role in different positions may also be shot. And that fear may encourage them to behave differently. And that is called stochastic terrorism. And that was a thing that I believe was coined during the Spanish Civil War, but has become a popular term in new rhetoric because terrorism can be many things. It can be any kind of harassment, any kind of life ruination. It can be things like physical violence or even outright murder, but it can be a whole slew of things. And so Alyssa Mercante is accusing SmashJT, a YouTuber, of stochastic terrorism because she is saying that he is bullying her so hard that he is attempting to squash the freedoms of other people involved in games journalism and prevent them from doing their jobs as they would prefer to do because they are so afraid of the mob rule and so afraid that he may strike anybody at any time. And the only way to avoid being cut down is to not be the tall poppy. That is what she's alleging. Effectively, she says that his audience is a mob. And even though he is not directly inciting any particular act, he is cumulatively guilty for all things that have happened to her, and she alleges that he orchestrated it. The lawsuit specifically invokes the name of the Great War, the most important thing that ever happened, ever, in modern internet history. Gamergate. She says that he is trying to start Gamergate 2.0, and he is trying to make her the new Brianna Wu or the new Zoe Quinn. And this, of course, is stochastic terrorism. It is repeated multiple. I think I can just search it for you. Let's see. Gamergate. There we go. Oh, it's in the opening paragraph, chat. Modern video game enthusiasm is marked by the presence of a semi-organized, outrage-driven campaign for harassment, like 2014's infamous Gamergate. Dun, dun, dun. How many? 24 Gamergates. I'll read every one. In the second paragraph, in 2024, a small Montreal-based narrative development and consulting company, Sweet Baby Inc., found itself at the center of a fresh controversy, incorrectly accused by Gamergate enthusiasts of forcibly inserting gender, sexual, and ethnic minority characters into the game or otherwise tweaking its narrative presentation in a favor of a liberal bent. Wikipedia. Gamergate harassment campaign. First citation, first paragraph, Wikipedia. Gamergate. Lock that nigga up. SmashJT, throw him in the duty poopy cell that we put Osama bin Laden in. Ship that nigga off to Cuba. We're putting him in Gitmo, where the other terrorists are. Let's mention 3. Oh, these are other citations. Murag Farouk Manesh, the small company at the center of Gamergate 2.0. Those clamoring for Sweet Baby's demise choose the appellation of Gamergate 2.0 for themselves. Enterprising grifters tapped into that wave of rising outrage to lift their own profiles. A background. This is the statement of fact. Backgrounds. A brief history of Gamergate. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 3 paragraphs. Very nice. Let me guess. Harassment campaign, depression clash. Okay. Actor Adam Baldwin. I mean, she didn't cite Mount Gamergate, where dedicated gamers climbed a mountain face and carved Adam Baldwin's face right next to Jim's, right next to Ethan Ralph's. That should be a piece of evidence. Gamergate targets. Oh, sorry. This is just continuation of Gamergate forever. Okay, I'm going to read this. These are statements of facts. This is Alyssa Mercante, as according to her attorney. Until Tarzia's campaign of harassment took a toll he intended it to take, Alyssa Mercante was the senior editor at Kotaku. Alyssa Mercante has written for other publications such as Jalopnik, Jezebel, Games Radar, SFX, and The Rolling Stone. Mercante is also active on social media, where she is not a demure, wilting flower. She is bold, brassy, and opinionated. Well, it sounds like she can handle herself and shouldn't be suing. Because of Mercante's prominent role, outspoken... This is, by the way, is a really dumb paragraph. It's like you're writing a defense for why you had to use self-defense, and it's like statement of facts. Rittenhouse is a really strong, cool guy who's extremely good at using guns and has excellent situational awareness. Like, you don't have to suck your own dick. In fact, it probably hurts you to suck your own dick in this context where you're pleading that you are a victim of stochastic terrorism and cyberbullying and shit. Because of Mercante's prominent role, outspoken views, and position at Kotaku, she became the target of the ire of Tarzia and his ilk. Mercante, as a female journalist active in video game space, lived through Gamergate the first time, is perfectly poised to report on its re-emergence. As a result, well, then she should be able to handle the fucking bullshit that comes with it. As a result of the dedicated campaign against her, Mercante left. Mercante is perfectly poised to report on its re-emergence. As a result of the campaign against her, she left her position at Kotaku. There's like the massive comedy and tragedy, like flipping back and forth between each paragraph. Without Jeff Tarzia's relentless focus on Mercante, Kotaku's managerial staff would never have felt any pressure to part ways with her. Covers game culture, fits into the cultural phenomenon known as the alt-right, or alternative right-wing, a loosely affiliated group of mostly younger conservative pundits who eschew much of the traditional trappings of conservatism in favor of a more activist, more confrontational style. Uses alt-right, super alt-right, right-wing politics. SmashJT. SmashJT. Operates SmashJT. Is the publisher of SmashJT, SmashJT, and SmashJT. Publishes to SmashJT. And much of that content targeted Alyssa Mercante. Okay, so he joins Gamergate. The reaction from reactionaries was predictable. Citing a video that he made. post. Okay, he posts that he's profiting from making fun of her. Cool. He picked up the label Gamergate, shared on Hex, formerly Twitter. Get to the stochastic terror. Oh my god. Ew, she's so oogly, chat. Ew, so oogly. Why is she so oogly? Okay. Terrorism. 4 matches. 5th cause of action. Common law, stochastic terrorism, and prima facie tort. This cause of action includes all foregoing paragraphs. Courts have common law power to recognize new civilly actionable wrong when appropriate. New York has arguably codified that general power in its cause of action for prima facie tort. Under either approach, the harassment campaign is actionable as below. Have recognized a new common law tort related to escalating harassment or stochastic terrorism. According to Washington, that's a thing, I guess. New York has made bias-related intimidation or harassment a civil cause of action. He is discriminating against her by calling her a crazy bitch. As he does. He is teaching this crazy bitch a lesson through stochastic terrorism. Currycel claimed that the basis for his campaigns is the betterment of the industry, by which he means the removal of Mercante and people like her from that space. That's protected speech, though. Like, you can advocate that in fact, that's preferable. Like if you want to advocate that somebody should be removed from a position of power, there's generally like 2 ways to go about it. One of them utilizes freedom of speech to protest that person's position of power, and the other one does not use freedom of speech and is actually illegal. So generally speaking, it is in the interest of civilized society that people can use speech to advocate that people be not in a position of power. This is a thought. He released a big statement. His goal is silencing people with whom he disagrees. This is in regards to her threatening to sue him. They said that she wants... It doesn't say anything about wanting to silence her. Yeah, there's nothing there. That's like this is like a completely false representation of what he wrote. I'll save it until the end. I have a thought. Regarding this, so the main thing is that, let's scroll up to a picture of her. This woman is oogly. I look at her and I think, wow, what an oogly hoe. What an ugly, ugly, nasty woman. Just genuinely vile. Loves to post pictures of herself naked. Looks disgusting. Wait, is this entire thing just about... He made a claim that she sucks dick for money. Stochastic terrorism. And that's their main point of contention, is that he made the claim that she is a sex worker and sucks dick for money. She denies, Alyssa Mercante denies that she has ever sucked a dick for payment. She does it for free all day long, chat. She's very pro-sex. She supports her heckin' sex worker friends, and every dick that she sucked, she's done it without any form of compensation, monetarily or otherwise. That would be considered or categorized as sex work. So I think that his insistence that she sucks dick for money is just that she's obviously like a super nasty hoe. And then she's involved in the game industry, so therefore she must be sucking dick for money. As opposed to what we lovingly refer to on the show as sucking dick for cock. As we know, there are people out there, including wheelchair-bound fursuiters, who go to conventions and loudly cry out to the world that they love sucking dick for cock. And Alyssa Mercante appears to be someone who doesn't suck dick for money. She protests very loudly. She sucks dick for cock. So if she only sucks dick for cock and doesn't suck dick for money, then I guess SmashJT could be in the wrong. There are a couple things that do count as common law defamation. And I know things like STDs are them. If you say somebody has AIDS who doesn't have AIDS, that's actually per se defamation, and you can be sued for that. There's a couple other things like that that are sex related. I want to say being a prostitute or having been a prostitute might be per se defamation. Let me ask somebody real quick. Hold up. Let's see. Is calling someone a prostitute or former prostitute per se defamation? It might be, because it causes harm to their reputation. She has AIDS and I can't dark mode on fucking a PDF, bro, on Mulvad. I don't see no fucking dark mode, bro. Do you see a fucking dark mode? Add or edit images. No fucking dark mode, bro. Don't know what you want me to do. What if I do this? Nope. Okay. Let's continue. See, the real thing is, if she just wants to sue over that, that's actually a pretty good claim, I suppose. It's probably the only good claim that she has. So, but the issue is, let me save it. I'll save it towards the end. Okay, this is the other thing that he did that is really, really, really dumb. Alyssa Mercante months ago threatened to sue SmashJT, and ever since then, he has repeatedly gone out on social media and said, where's the lawsuit, Alyssa? No, I thought you were going to sue me, Alyssa. Aren't you going to sue me, Alyssa? I thought you were going to sue me. Where's that lawsuit? Never, ever, for any fucking reason, say to somebody that they should sue you, because it looks really, really bad. It looks really bad. Never do it, ever. To the point where the fucking 10th Circuit, I told Russell Greer, that because he said he was going to sue me if I didn't take down criticism about his book. And he said that you won't prevail on a fair use charge. And I said, try me. And that was directly utilized by the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals to say that I contributed to copyright infringement because I said, try me. Well, guess what? When you go out and you say, where's the lawsuit? Sue me, bro. Over and over and over again. That is significantly worse. So I would never, ever, for any reason, dare somebody, double dog dare somebody to sue me. For the record, Alyssa Mercante, even though she is a dirty hoe, and when I say hoe, let me clarify. I want to get this on the record. When I say hoe, I'm not referring to an actual literal lady of the night, a prostitute, or a sex worker. I am saying somebody who is nasty looking, who looks like she could be involved in sex work. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if she said, yes, I have sucked dick for money. I would be like, that lines up pretty well with how you look, because you look like a prostitute. But I'm not actually saying that she's a prostitute. Metaphorically a whore, that's correct. From a spiritual level. So their argument, their legal argument, is that New York and this court should introduce a new form of made-up law on the spot because they asked very nicely for it, and it's going to be terrorism. And they asked for money. They asked for a lot of fucking money at the end. Now let's take a look at the respectfully submitted Lane Haygood and Don McGowan, who's acting pro hoc VJ. Not that there's something wrong with that. From Cameron unkick Sonicer and Klein, aka Cusk Law. Cusk Law. Oh, the same Cusk Law that transcribes every single man at the internet podcast because Liz Fong Jones pays them to? The same Cusk Law that was paid by Liz Fong Jones to dox somebody who allegedly posted on the Kiwi Farms and worked to conspire to get them fired from their job, i.e. the exact same thing alleged in this paperwork as being a common law tort, a civil tort, getting someone fired. Isn't that interesting, chat? Isn't that, it's a small fucking world, huh? Fascinating. Which backs up my thought that this might be efforts by them, like this whole shit about like common law torts for stochastic terrorism. I feel like they're suing this guy who doesn't have enough money to adequately defend himself because their long shot goal is to introduce common law remedies for stochastic terrorism, which is basically just anybody doing anything that you don't fucking like, and being able to pin it on somebody else. Because if he fails in this lawsuit and that somehow gets introduced as like a default judgment or something, then they'll say, but the Kiwi Farms, Josh Moon, they're also stochastic terrorists. Isn't that interesting? I feel like that's the goal. Because Liz Fong Jones, I believe, is paying for all this. Fascinating, chat. And you know what? Even though this is a bullshit law, and certain attorneys that I happen to be friends with have said that not only is this lawsuit so deficient, so unprofessional, so sloppy and inflammatory, and so weak in its propositions and its inclusions of torts that literally, admittedly, don't even fucking exist, that it would potentially be sanctionable upon the attorneys who have presented it, because it is so gratuitously unprofessional. So I would be interested in seeing what happens. But at the same time, despite this, SmashJT has to pay for it and has to pursue those kinds of remedies. And even just looking at this lawsuit, knowing that it's probably funded by someone malicious like Liz Fong Jones, SmashJT is probably going to be out of $50,000 just to deal with this, even though it is a complete fucking bullshit. Pursue those. Sorry, I'm trying to fix Rumble. Rumble's viewer count's not working. So that's how evil it is when people fuck with the court system, and we need some way to like deal with vexatious litigants like Alyssa Mercante who file lawsuits that don't even have actual causes of action in them, because it costs people money, and it shouldn't be a system where the person with the most money can file the most bullshit in court and just randomly bankrupt people who you don't like. Pretty fucking evil, chat. If only there was a foundation to stop this. Indeed, if only. Okay, for whatever reason, Rumble just has no viewer counts anymore. Dude, what is wrong with Rumble? Here's a thought, by the way. I was invited to live stream on BitChute. You guys think I should do that? Would it be worth it to also co-stream to BitChute and stream to 7 different services at once? What do you guys think? I'm reading my chat. What do you guys think? It's a good idea? No. Do it. Why not? Yes. No. Why not? BitChute is dead. What the fuck is BitChute? It's true. Rumble is the up-and-comer, but... I mean, the Odyssey sisters, they seem to not like Rumble or Kick. BitChute D's nuts. Don't do BitChute. Why not? If you have an argument against streaming on BitChute, you should email me. It's gay now. You are a star. Talk about Liz Fong Jones's ball sack. What ball sack? They cut it off. They stretched that shit out into a fake labia. Do it for money. Okay, I'll think about it. Okay, the view count on Rumble is just fucking gone, so I'm not gonna get half my viewers for this stream. That's just how it is. Let me refresh Kick. Because for whatever reason, the viewer count on Kick also doesn't fucking update half the time. Cool. Switched. Okay. Next. This is actually lolcow content. Kind of. I guess some people would disagree with us. One of the only other things that I did not discuss during my hiatus, as it were, was Nick Fuentes. There have been many Nick Fuentes related happenings over the month of December, starting in mid-November, that I will now recap in full. Okay. So it started off with this. I think I did talk about this during a stream. Nick Fuentes pepper sprayed a middle-aged Jewish woman who knocked on his door for the crime of knocking on his door. This was the video from her perspective. I say as I click a video and hope it will load. Is it really not going to load? Existence is suffering.
Hi. Oh my god, what are you doing?
This must be like 100 megabytes or something. This is one of those videos that's just like needlessly too fucking big.
Hi.
4 megabytes downloading at less than 100 kilobytes per second. I have the other ones preloaded, but not this one. I've already played this one stream, so I can theoretically just discard it. Bro. One of the other things I have to do is just fix the Kiwi forms. I don't know why the fuck it doesn't fucking work ever. Anyways, she knocks on the door. She says hello. He immediately attacks her with pepper spray. And it's indefensible just from what you see, but then it comes out in the other records that he pushes her. So he opens the door to confront this stranger who is not threatening him in any way, has not been warned to leave his property. He doesn't have any signs that says no trespassing, no soliciting, no if I don't fucking know you, don't come on my property. Nothing of the sort. She just rings the doorbell of the house that she's legally allowed to, and he assaults her with pepper spray, which, as we learned from Christian Weston Chandler, that it is illegal to do that. You cannot just walk up to somebody and pepper spray them because you don't like them. That is a crime. You also cannot claim self-defense. Generally speaking, if you open a door to confront somebody, every step toward somebody that you're claiming is threatening you is a strike against you, unless you're in a state with extremely robust self-defense laws. But even then, generally, you have to say, go away, get off my property, fuck off. But he doesn't do that. He just pepper sprays her. So after that, this guy shows up at his house with a gun. Here we go. Multiple guns, by the way. He rings the doorbell. Rings it again. And then there was some doubt because this guy, he's actually driven 2 hours to get here. He just murdered his entire family. I want to say he killed 3 people in his immediate family and then drove 2 hours in Illinois to get to Chicago, in the suburbs of Berwyn, outside of Chicago technically, to ring his doorbell. There is a thought that, because I didn't believe that this was actually targeted when I first saw it. I thought he was just full of shit because he usually lies about shit. So the guy rolls up and rings the doorbell, and it's just kind of like, well, is he just looking for like a empty home to like hide in because he just murdered his entire family? But in this video, it kind of dispels that.
Nick.
Yo, Nick. But here's the counter to this, but it's so kind of incredulous that I don't really believe it. Specifically because he went so far out of his way to get here, is this part. You see him look down? And on the floor right there is a bunch of mail that he's received. So he has a bunch of shit from like Amazon and other people just on his doorstep that has his name on it. And it's unclear if he's reading the name on the mail and calling out to the person in the house because he knows the name of the guy in the house. And it just so happens to be Fuentes, but that's like really improbable, even though I guess it is technically possible. So this guy was a murderer. I think he also wandered around his property a little bit and ended up shooting 2 dogs. And nobody can ask what he was doing, if he was a fan of Fuentes looking for like refuge, or a enemy of Fuentes looking for a political assassination opportunity, because when the police arrived, he pointed guns at them and committed suicide by cop. So he's dead. Nobody knows what his motivations really are. Nick Fuentes and the groypers insist that this was politically motivated terrorism and an attempted murder against him, perpetrated by the evil left and everyone who doesn't like him, because he is an anti-white, anti-family, fraud, huckster, grifter. Then, this was part of the reason why I didn't believe him at first. The Berwyn police report says that the officers responded to the area of Home Avenue where he lived for a report of a male subject with a gun. Officers located the subject who fled on foot. The subject forced entry into a residence, like a different house on 1800, where he shot 2 dogs. And then he fled eastbound and disobeyed verbal commands and then shot at the police. Okay, he didn't actually point the guns at them. He shot at the police. The police then returned fire and actually killed him. So nobody knows really what he was up to. And this report made it sound like he was just in the area looking for a place to hide. But again, that really strains credulity that he just so happened to end up on the door of Nick Fuentes immediately after the shit with the woman happened. And now, of course, wait. Yeah, this is what really pissed me off, is that a lot of groypers cried at me and said Kiwi farms should be illegal because he got doxxed. He got doxxed, and that resulted in people coming to his house to harass him. And then a murderer, a deranged leftist lunatic, arrived at his home to kill him. And it's like, bro, it's fucking on the assessor's report. If you just search Illinois Nick Fuentes assessor's office, you find this page, and I've blotted out the address, but it's like he didn't even buy it into an LLC. He didn't buy it into a trust. He made no effort whatsoever to conceal his residency. And it's like, I can't be responsible for everybody. I can't be responsible for your master not knowing how to protect his own privacy. Why is it my fucking fault? Why is it my fucking fault that he doesn't know how to buy a house without it showing up in a home record? Why am I responsible for everything all the fucking time? Maybe he's just stupid. Maybe he makes bad decisions and gets arrested for assaulting somebody with pepper spray because he couldn't just lock his fucking door and go back inside. Maybe he's an idiot. But no, it's 87D chess. He's a real victim. He just so happens to live in Illinois, in Chicago, in an hour by public transit to the Department of Justice's office in downtown Chicago because, well, he loves his state. He loves Chicago so much. And all the black people who come from Chicago that sing music that he likes to dance to. He loves his mom. This is the thing that gets me. It's like you have 3 options with this. Why does Nick Fuentes, why did he buy a house? He bought a $360,000, $380,000, and this was in 2020. So this was like before the housing prices even fully, completely exploded. He spent almost $400,000 fucking dollars on a house in Chicago. Why? He is a conservative living in one of the worst cities of the country, in one of the worst states of the entire country. And there are really only 3 possible explanations. If you're a fucking groyper and you think this guy is Jesus 2.0, Jesus Hitler, Mecha Hitler 2.0, you got to tell me which one it is. Is he A, a federal informant by part of his agreement with the Department of Justice for his activities on January 6, 2020, after the election of Joe Biden, did he either enter into an agreement with the Department of Justice that he would not move from the area where he was living at the time in Chicago? That's option A. Option B. Is Nick Fuentes a titty baby? Is Nick Fuentes latched and suckled onto his mother's tit so hard that he is unable to leave her side and move anywhere fucking else in the country because he just so desperately needs mommy's milkies all the time? Is he a titty baby? That's option B. Option C. Is he incapable of living on his own? This is different from just loving mommy so much that he can't live, that he can't leave her side. Is he actually so immature, so emotionally stunted, and so incapable of taking care of himself that he is unable to live on his own without mommy and daddy being mere minutes away at any given time? Is he unable to live into a house and wipe his own ass and buy his own McNuggies without mommy helping him? That's option C. Now, granted, these things aren't mutually exclusive. So if you're a groyper and you think this guy is Jesus Hitler 2.0, you got to tell me which combination of A, federal informant, can't leave the area, B, suckled to mommy's titty, loves her too much to leave, and C, unable to take care of himself without mommy and daddy's help, is it? Because it could be all three, could be one, could be two, a couple of different options here, chat. I don't know what it is. All of the above. Because nothing else makes sense. Like, you literally, if you offered me, you know how, like those houses in DC, South DC, in the riverfront area around Capitol Hill is beautiful. And the little townhomes that are all throughout DC are really, really beautiful. And those are $1 million townhomes because they're in, like, you can look out your window and see the Capitol building. You could not pay me $1 million a year. You could not give me a free fucking $1 million home to live in the District of Columbia. You could not fucking do it. You could not compel me to live in that city because it does not align with me. It doesn't have the people I want around me, and it doesn't afford me the rights that I want to have. So, Chicago has some lovely spots. Who gives a fuck, retard? You don't think that the area around the Capitol building in D.C. is lovely? You don't think the Library of Congress is beautiful? You don't think that Capitol Hill is a nice area? You don't think that riverfront is really lovely? Or that the Potomac River is nice to visit? What the fuck are you talking about? He just loves Chicago so much, chat. He just loves it. He can't imagine living anywhere else except Berwyn, Illinois. It's just so awesome. There's so many things to do, so many hip-hop scenes to go visit, so many McDonald's to hit up, and then you're a mere hour away from the Great Lakes. Wowee, Berwyn, Illinois sure has it all. There's no other fucking reason why he could be living there. Like, are you retarded? You could not fucking pay me to live there. You couldn't pay me. The only way you would ever get me to live in Berwyn is if the Department of Justice had a fucking gun at the back of my head. That's it. That's the only excuse. It's crazy. It's crazy how the groypers think. What the fuck do you mean that Illinois is nice? Are you retarded? Are you fucking demented? What the fuck do you mean it's nice? It's Illinois! It's the most corrupt state in the entire fucking country! He's not even... What fucking cope? What fucking cope? I just don't get it, man. That's how far they are going to go to justify every fucking thing that this retard little runt, titty baby faggot suckled to mommy's breast has to say and do. That they're going to go to bat for Illinois, for Berwyn, Illinois. Crazy. Okay. Is there anything else? No. Not my fucking fault. next time, Nick, he says he's moving, look up what a trust is, hire a fucking attorney, and say, hey, Mr. Attorney, I know you got several, because you mediated through the FBI with an attorney. Ask him, hey, Mr. FBI, Mr. Attorney that I hired, with all my fucking groyper money, because they just can't stop giving me fucking money, because they're so fucking dumb. What's a trust? Can I buy a house in a trust? Can I name that trust anything I want? I can? Cool. Try that, Nick. Maybe it'll work. Name a nicer place to do Galaxy Gas on a lawn. Atlanta. Come the fuck on. At least Atlanta has a little bit going for it. It's not super nice, but it's got some. You know what Atlanta's got? It's got fucking high tech. Alabama and Georgia on the up and up. They got some high tech shit. Georgia's promoting their film scene, promoting their video game scene, promoting their tech startup scene. Georgia's trying, man. It's trying to make the place nice. You know, you got lots of black people, you got lots of unsavory shit in Georgia, but they're trying still. Illinois is not even fucking trying. Illinois and Detroit, Chicago and Detroit, these are like two cities that have just given the fuck up. They don't even pretend that they're nice places to live anymore. Georgia's trying to pretend, but you know what Georgia doesn't have? Doesn't got mommy. How am I going to live without my mommy? I can't go away from my mommy. My mommy grew me in a little IVF tube. My mommy grew me with love in a test tube and put me in her coochie. I can't move away from mommy. I need mommy. I'm a big boy, but I need mommy. Sickening. It seconds me. It literally seconds me. And people look up to him. Titty baby can't leave mommy, but they still are like, oh, he's got so much to say. He's a light. His light shines. Your light shines the way, Aiden Paladin. Okay. Next, from one feminine man-child to the next, Bowblax. So, let me cast you into the past. Let's summon some memories together, chat. Bowblax, also known as Blowblax, because that's what his fucking name looks like. I don't give a shit. He was a commentary YouTuber. He got involved in internet drama, just like Ian Miles Chong. But unlike Ian Miles Chong, he never found a rich sugar daddy to use his face like a fleshlight, so he's kind of irrelevant. He did try. Granted, he did try to monkey branch, and he tried to suck up to Queen Kafals. I've already broken my 2025 prognostication, but you know what? This isn't new stuff, this is old stuff, so I can still talk about it. He sucked up to the tranny trying to take down Kiwi Farms, failed, and very gradually over time, he became not cool. And he became not cool because he would have like little gay panic attacks. Commentary community is like a little bit of a soft, edgy Kiwi Farms. They talk about drama, but they heckin' respect pronouns. And they heckin' respect mental health. And they heckin' respect not doxing. So they got... Oh, dude, I have to do my posts about what to call doxing when it refers to the non-criminal act of doxing, which is just sharing public information. Not phone booking people. They would never, ever, 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 for any reason, look anybody up in the phone book. That would never happen in the commentary community. And anybody who looks up anybody else in the phone book is bad and will get a commentary video about them. So... Turkey Tom, that's right. Turkey Tom's one of them. Safe Edgy, her prostate. Likes Sam Hyde, but would never ever do a 5-minute video saying, please help me, I am fucking Indian. Because that's racism, and racism is bad. Except when Sam Hyde does it. Because Sam Hyde's funny. That's how it works. That's how the commentary community rules work. So Blowblax was a part, I'm not going to correct myself. Blowblax was a part of them. And he heckin' respected the Troonsters more than anybody else. A very staunch ally of Queen Kafals and anti-phone booking and so on and so forth. But behind the scenes, in their little Discord circles, he would talk to people about something very important to him. His feelings. And apparently his feelings were unhinged and humiliating and embarrassing. I think there's even a post. This. I think it's down here somewhere. Yeah, this. I don't know. I keep seeing this image. And this is basically what he would do in the DMs. He says, I am a sad, lonely faggot. Here's some embarrassing information with me. Please don't bully me with it. Basically just what he would do in his free time, would hit up somebody who has every motivation possible to ridicule him on the internet for clout and money. And would say, please don't ever, 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 ever make fun of me with this information. And this culminated in Bowblax coming out as a heckin' valid NB. That's right. He's an NB himself. He's neither male nor female. I could have told him that, but he had to go down that route of self-discovery, find out on his own that he's not a real man. Yeah. Then, now that he was no longer cool in the commentary. Oh, and then he also had like a complete and total mental breakdown over Tommy C. And I'm very proud. I coined the Stop Hating Tommy C pills because he said he went to the mental hospital and was involuntarily held, and he started taking antipsychotics that made him stop obsessively hating Tommy C. So they are now called the Stop Hating Tommy C pills. Very important. He has to take them twice a day, every day. Once when he wakes up and halfway through the day after his second meal. If he forgets them, it's fucking game over. Tommy C is back. He looks over his shoulder into the corner of his room, dimly lit, the lights flickering, and there he sees a greasy New York Italian slobbering, and I'm like going, hey, Tone, and just like, oh no, he's back. He's back for a vengeance. So he has to take the pills. And then I don't know what he did. I think, like, if he was like climbing Mount Everest in the time between he started taking that's a hard sentence. Started taking, stop hating Tommy C pills, and now if he was climbing Mount Everest, if he was running for office, if he was doing videos, if he was not doing videos, I've not heard anything from him in that time until the very, very beginning of 2025, where he decided to announce to the world that he's a sad, lonely faggot with some embarrassing information about himself. Please don't bully him with it. Basically, if you want to summarize this in a nutshell. Bowblax says, Connor at RealXState, X8, who I've never heard of before, I should mention, says, is such a piece of shit. Man, we worked on some content. That sounds like porn. Because OnlyFans whores say like, oh, we're doing like collab content. It sounds like Bowblax is doing some collab content with Connor. We worked on some content talking to each other daily for most of 2024 and became good friends. He started talking or asking about how I was doing. I was very comfortable with him since we talked so much that I felt safe to come out to him as non-binary. I then showed him an image of me in a dress with one of my in real life queer friends to let him know people in real life accepted me and to give him an idea of my gender. I deleted it after he replied for safety reasons. But last night, the existence of this leaked and apparently, Connor has shown a bunch of my ex-friends the image, despite me deleting it quick and him not knowing I didn't want anyone else to know about the image. He had to have had screenshotted it instantly and lied to my face for weeks as he continued to pretend to be my friend. Wait, actually, now I'm curious. Is this actually the image? Is that him in a dress? That doesn't look like him in a dress. Wait, is this actually the image he's upset about? Because now... No, okay, that's what I thought. Anyways, this apparently was... Who is this guy? I want to say this is Connor, or is this Chud Logic? Is this... Oh, wait. Tranny Chaser Chud Logic. So his name is Chud Logic, and he wants to fuck trannies? And then he drew a picture of Bowblax and a dress. So this is Chud Logic. He wants to fuck trannies, was friends with the tranny. And then I think that this is his artistic depiction of what Bowblax looks like in a dress. He's British. He can't call him. I'm reporting this guy to the fucking NI5 or MI5 or whatever for being a domestic terrorist. Chud is like a far right wing term, and he has to change his name. If he doesn't want the MI5, if he doesn't want James Bond to break into his house and rape him, he's gonna have to change his name from Chud Logic to anything else. Let's see. Can we come up with a new name for him to help him along his way, along his journey? He's fat. He kind of looks like a couple people, actually. He kind of looks like a younger British Jeremy Hambley. Maybe instead of quarter pounder, he can go by Royale with cheese, and that can be his name. That would work quite well. Change it from Chud Logic to Royale with cheese. That sounds cool. That sounds European. That sounds hip and trendy. I think that works, actually. Because then you got Hambley, then you got Royale with cheese. I'm good at this. I'm good at this. What can I say? Cog logics. Oh, God. Listen, we're in 2025 now. Can we never talk about the fucking dingleberry ever again? Is that possible? Okay, then Connor came out and rebutted this. So I'm assuming Connor is this guy. Am I right? So this guy called Chud Logic also goes by Real X8 and goes by Connor, and they're the same person. Yes? Can anyone confirm this for me? No. Okay, so this guy named Chud Logic is not this guy named Real X Tate. Wrong. Okay. But Connor is the person who he talked to. Okay, I got you. So this is not drawn from memory. Wait. Did Connor send Chud Logic the picture? Is this the guy that received the image? Good job prepare. Motherfucker, if I had 9 hours to prepare for this stream, I would not have thought, I wonder what the relationship is between Chud Logic and Real X8. That was not on my agenda. That would have never have come into my agenda ever. If I planned this entire stream out with a script, I still would not have fucking had the audacity to go and look that up, okay? Augie showed Chud Logic, and Augie got it from Connor. Is this what I'm getting? Maddie Archiver, how do you know this? Are you ashamed? I know you're who you are on the forum. Are you shamefully like Turkey Tom or something? Are you like a secret Turkey Tom account who knows all these people? Augie got it from Bowblax. But so that makes sense. So let me read Connor's statement. To be clear, I only ever showed this picture with one other person, which Josh, who is Bowblax, gave me explicit permission to do. I have not shown it to anyone else. I have no part in spreading it after that. Josh could have at least reached out to me to verify this before making a pose. So, Bowblax got upset that someone leaked the image of him in a dress out that he took and posted on the internet himself, and he blamed Connor, who was a good boy and didn't do nothing, because Bowblax also forgot he sent this image to Algae RFC, who then shared it with somebody else. And Bowblax just got forgot and blamed Connor for no apparent reason, and then he backtracked his post. Is that correct? He knows too much about the Zoomies. Yes, it's true. Thanks, Tom, for arguing. Okay, great. Okay, I figured it out. See, this is interesting. One of the things that makes me one of the top commentators on LOL Cal drama is that when I look at these LOL Cals, I think to myself, what would I have done differently? What is it about their actions that make them LOL Cals, and how can we learn from what they do? After careful deliberation, I have determined that what I would have done to not end up in Bowblax's position is I would not have become a gross tranny and taken pictures of myself in a dress, and if I did become a gross tranny who wore dresses, I would not send pictures of myself in dresses to random people on the internet. I think that that's the moral of the story here, chat. Don't be a gross tranny. Don't take pictures of yourself in dresses, and don't send compromising images of yourself to random people on the internet. I think that's the moral of the story. That's the lesson that we can take away here, chat. Don't be autistic. Never be autistic, ever. Next, Ethan Ralph of theralphretort.com, editor-in-chief of The Ralph Retort, also host of the Keel Stream Baby. Last time we spoke of Ethan Ralph before my siesta, as they say in Mexico, Ralph found himself in a very unique position where he was the subject of a nationwide arrest warrant for a misdemeanor. A very expensive warrant put out by the county for a man for, I think what he did was just like disrupting court or something. He had recorded the court without their permission and posted online, and explicitly stated that because he was in Mexico, they couldn't catch him. So they put out a nationwide warrant for a misdemeanor, which I've never heard of before. And certain people that I spoke to who were prosecuting attorneys in counties had never heard of putting out a misdemeanor nationwide warrant. So Ethan Ralph sent them a little piece of paper in the mail that ended up getting filed with a no, like literally he filed like a piece of notebook paper that says, "Please don't put a nationwide warrant out for me over Christmas. I gotta see my son, Xander, who I love so much. Unlike my daughter Rosie, who I hold utter fucking contempt for. I gotta see my son, Your Honor. I gotta see my son. Please quash the warrant for me. I'm just over here in Mexico wanting to be a father." And the judge took the notebook paper that he had filed with the court and wrote "denied" in the corner and then signed it and filed that as his response, as if the letter itself was the merits of the judge's reason for denying it. Then, I assume, the prosecuting attorney, seeing that he was dealing with a complete fucking imbecile and not wanting to spend the money for a nationwide arrest warrant for a misdemeanor, contacted him, and they came to an agreement that Ethan Ralph would pay $585 or $89 as a fine for his misdemeanor, which closed out the case. So Ralph did get to cross the international border back to the United States and see his son, Xander, once again. Actually, I'm not sure if that's true. I'm kind of curious. The Ralph Retort. You can block me, but I can still see your zeets. Ho, ho, ho. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see, I'm scrolling. He's making fun of the Malaysian fleshlight, which is funny. Clips of the podcast. He was streaming over Christmas. Merry oh, let me put this up on the big screen, the big dog screen. Bow wow. Merry Christmas to all. I hope the day was rewarding and filled with good memories. Mom was low-key and relaxing. Did some stuff on the podcast feed and the Rumble channel. Read some stuff. Looking forward to doing the Boxing Day kill stream tomorrow. So that's how he spent his Christmas. Yeah, he definitely told the court that he intended to go to the United States and see his son, Xander. But I'm scrolling through the chat or the history, and I don't see that. Yeah, I guess he didn't go. What the fuck? Sorry, give me a second. I'm on December 17th at this point. He made a post confronting Wings of Redemption? Because Wings made fun of him at some point. I remember that. Yeah, he definitely did not go see Xander over Christmas like he told the court he was going to. Let me go all the way back to December 6th before I say that, because I suppose because that's when it got quashed. Like maybe after, as soon as he settled the debt, he went. Like, that's possible, I guess. Still loading. December 9th. December 9th. Lots of stuff about Luigi Mangione. And then he posted his payment to them on the 8th. So he told the court he desperately needed this quash so he could go see his son, Xander. And then he didn't actually do it. So I guess that's what he was up to for Christmas, was lying to the courts. Oh my god, I think that I upset a little groyper. That's very tragic, chat. The groypers were upset. Okay, next. Let's see. Okay. So, I mentioned this during my Rekieta recap last stream, during the New Year's stream. And one of the things that I mentioned very in brief was that the official primary Baldo bunker was under siege and under lockdown. What appears to have happened, and this is a bit lofty, is that in 2022 he took out a loan collateralizing the house that he has in a trust, and the house appears to have been bought outright for him by money in that trust. So then he used the paid off house as collateral to receive, I believe, $320,000, which we speculate was used to pay for Randazza. And it's very hard to guesstimate how much money he spent on Randazza, but Randazza is a 4-figure attorney. He is from LA. He is considered one of the premier free speech attorneys, civil rights attorneys in the entire country. So it seems like he took out, and Randazza hasn't just been defending him in this case, by the way. Randazza has been employing interlocutory appeals to try and get this case moved in between districts. He's gone up to the appellate court, I think, on 2 different issues at this point. So instead of just settling with Montegraph and offering him a little bit of money to fuck off, which is presumably what Montegraph wants, and an apology for accusing him of being a child molester, which is really unconscionable. This guy's just mad at Trump. Dude, look at this schizo in chat. Trump fucking rapes. Wait. Trump fucking. I can't do Indian. Please, sir. I have to say, please, sir. I'm fucking Indian. Trump fucking rapes kids like you're fucking retarded faggot asses. Kids fucking your fucking cock and shove it into childish faces. Faggot Trump fucking rapes kids and likes retarded. My brother, please. I am fucking Indian. That's like legit, like just like a progressive, like Patrick Tomlinson type who is so angry at like conservatards that he's just like going to random Rumble channels and crying about Donald Trump. That's pretty good. Every platform needs like its own schizo retards to keep it alive. A community doesn't feel like a community unless you have the homeless person talking to themselves. This sounds like a groyper. Okay, so the foreclosure thing. He's paid Randazza. Randazza could be 6 figures at this point. It's hard to say. The rest of that could have gone to cocaine. It's hard to say. He was making really good money even in 2022, so I don't know. Aaron Imholt, the gay Nazi, said that Rekieta was banging rocks that were massive, so you gotta click your tongue on the roof of your mouth. I'm not doing it. There's a word for that. It's like a uvular click. Types of clicking noises. There are 5 distinguished sounds. A dental click, which is like when you like summon like a horse, like that's a dental click. Lateral clicks. Lateral clicks are the clucking sound of horses. I don't know what a dental click is. the tip of the tongue and the inner ridge of the upper teeth, like that. A post-alveolar clicks, and in some dialects, bilabial clicks. And one of those is when you do the roof of your mouth. There's only like one language in Somalia that does that. Uh-oh, stinky. Right. So he ran out of money, basically. As I said, I think that what's going to happen with this is because I think he just sold the other house. So there's a really long process. Somebody familiar explained that the process of a foreclosure in Minnesota is very long. Like even now, you're looking at like an August removal of Rekieta. Like August 2025. So it's way out there. They would definitely just accept the money. So chances are he just sold the other house to keep the current house. And now he has neighbors, I guess. And the hot wife has to go find some other fucking place to live. How much did you pay for the second Baldo bunker? Bro, I do not want to live anywhere near Rekieta. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be real, dog, homie, home slice. I do not want to be near Nick Rekieta. And then I have one little itty bitty update for this. Where is it? Sorry, I thought I bookmarked it. It's in the math. Oh wait, no, I sent it to myself on Telegram. Is what I did. Oh wait, no, I do have a actually I have more locale content. Let's keep going. I'm feeling good, chat. I'm feeling good. Okay, so that's one. And then there's this video. I completely forgot about the shit I sent myself on Telegram. Okay, so Tommy Tooter. I did a whole video on Tommy Tooter. He's been gone for like a long ass time. And he's recently returned. And he's just like super pissed off. And is posting on like a different website about how angry he is. He says, I'm only a feeble old man and you're delusional, deviant, broken brain. My new sidekick is 6'1" and we're in training for the next 2 weeks in Dancing with Idiots, Fung Goo style. Kevin Hoffman says, so you're a closeted gay man who has on occasion gone to gay sex clubs. Got it. He says, no, I am a monogamous, heterosexual, transgender, intersex person who has never met a woman who hated me enough to marry me and breed me. Oh my God. Kevin further says, I know you're pretty stupid, Tom, but pay close attention. The law does not say it is statutory rape unless you decide for yourself that it isn't. If you had bothered to read what you posted, you would see that the physical and emotional maturity are irrelevant. I know your reading comprehension is better than that. And that's, of course, referring to the time that he admitted that he had sex with an underage girl when he was like a hippie, which I'm sure was a common occurrence with the hippies, to be quite honest. He says, you believe that I'm stupid when the fact is I am certified to have an IQ greater than 150. Your interpretation of what I posted is invalid. My IQ, very high. Therefore, you don't get to say that when I molest kids, it's bad. Do we not have a Janny? Where is my Janny? Turkey Tom, I'm sorry I made fun of you. Please, come back. Here, I'll make the real drama mean. I trust him. How do I make you a mod? Oh, I can't even do it here. I have to like go to like a different thing and like set you up. Well, give me 1 second because the fucking Jeet is going crazy. He's super, super angry. So I have an IQ of 150. I am the cream of the crop. Also, I am diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. I would like you to invest in my shitcoin. I promise you that my shitcoin will moon 500 times. Please, I'm fucking Indian. Invest in my shitcoin. Okay, Dramamine, refresh and ban the Pajoots. You're required to do this by law. Okay, next. He says, you're on putts. If any of your clown asses who think you have an IQ higher than I do take a test and score higher, I've got $100 in your name to the 501c3 of your choice. I'm pretty sure an IQ test, like an official IQ test, is going to cost more than $100. There is no Gaza 501c3 that I support and prefer that you make the donation towards the one we're trying to start. He's trying to start. What is it with everyone trying to start a foundation now? Why am I such a trendsetter, chat? Why is it that everything that I do becomes popular? Then he tags himself and says, if you can record yourself taking the Mensa online test and scoring over 90. So he tags himself and dares himself to take a test. I think on accident because he has an IQ of 150. I will donate $100 in your name to a Gaza 501c3. If you score over 130, I'll bump it up to 500. If it's 150, it's $1,000. I can easily make this bet because I know what I'm talking about and you're too stupid. I was just talking about IQ test. And then he's like setting like the rules and time limits of a fucking what a fucking retard. We don't know. He's like a granny tranny. There's a whole. I did a person stream on him that's like in 2 parts, and it'll give you the rundown about him and the time he sexually satisfied a dog, and the time that he sexually interacted with a minor. And then just generally what he does for a living is he lives in the desert, so he like walks around and tries to find rocks. And then tries to like give them to people and be like, these are precious stones. You owe me money because this is a precious stone that I have. Cool. Dude, legit. It's going great. I am fucking Indian. How do I make it like slow mode? Oh, here we go. Wait, let me tell. Does slow mode work on Rumble now? Sorry, the me fixing the stream segment is always everyone's favorite. While it's happening, let's play a nice Jeet, and I'll give you the backstory.
All white people from Canada and all white people from USA should be deported to Europe. Also, all white people from Australia and all white people from New Zealand should be deported to Europe. Since Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and USA belong to Aboriginals, natives people. So go back to Europe, whitey.
Okay, it does not work. Great.
So, I'm going to talk about reasons why I wouldn't date and why I wouldn't marry black women. So the first reason why I wouldn't date and why I wouldn't marry black women is because black women have the second highest rates of STDs, because black women sleep around with every Tyrone, Ray Ray, Pookie, Deshaun, Malcolm, Demarius, Tyshawn before marriage and end up pregnant. And Tyshawn, Demarius, Lamar don't want them. No wonder black women end up on government benefits, welfare, Section 8 housing, food stamps, easily by the government. The second reason why I wouldn't marry black women is because black women are promiscuous. Since I've already mentioned, black women have the rates of STDs because black women sleep around with every Tyrone, Deshaun, Rashawn, Tyshawn, Malcolm, Demarius, Ray Ray, Pookie, who don't want them, and end up pregnant, getting STDs, and black women with multiple kids easily get government benefits and welfare money, like Section 8 housing, food stamps, alimony, child support. And the final reason why I wouldn't marry black women is because I'm Indian and I'm not a race trader. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't date and marry black women, because I'm Indian and I'm not a race trader. Black women are promiscuous.
Please help me, I am fucking Indian. I'm fucking Indian. I am not a race trader. I'm fucking Indian. Please fuck. His name, by the way, this guy, I think he's already DFA'd everything, but people found his videos because, you know, Indian stuff is in the vogue right now. Oh, he got accused of pedo stuff. Okay, great. He's a Canadian. This man's a proud Canadian. He does not want to betray his race and marry no fucking black woman. He is proud to be Indian. But his handle was Currycel, and on incel websites, the designation Currycel is actually quite popular. Many of the incels refer to themselves as a Currycel because it is popular consensus that Indians are the least sexually desirable demographic of people on the entire planet. In fact, certain statistics have shown that the average Indian male has a grip strength weaker than the average white woman's grip. So Indian men are literally weaker physically than white women, which I guess is why white women feel safe to go to India despite. But the thing is that white women are not physically stronger than 8 Indian men. That is the misconception that that people need to learn before they start making travel plans to Hindustan or the Raj or whatever the fuck. I am being completely serious, by the way. So, I just wanted to show this prime example of the best and brightest. All he's trying to do is come to the country and improve it by bringing his multifaceted talents and skills to the workforce. Really nice to have. Thank you, Elon. Thank you, Donald Trump. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, Trump backed the H-1B shit. Oh, I didn't even read this one post. I'll read this Elon Musk tweet real quick. The reason I'm in America, along with so many other critical people who built SpaceX, Tesla, and hundreds of other companies that made America strong, is because of H-1B. Take a big step and fuck yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. Dude, the way that he literally wrote like 300 confirmed kills, copy pasta on the day after Christmas over how much he loves Indians. Listen, what the fuck did you say about Indians, you stupid... How's it go? You dumb motherfucker. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you've never seen before. I have over 300 confirmed successful companies built on the backs of Indian labor, and they are tracking you from space using SpaceX satellites right now. I will wipe your entire race and bloodline off this planet using precision, the likes of which has never been seen before. You will rue the day that you went on X and you said anything about Indians, you motherfucker. Fuck your face, bitch. Thanks, Elon. Really proving the case that immigrants are valuable and they respect the country that they move into. Even the white ones. Chat. This is the time where I look you dead in the eye and I ask you, is there anything that I missed for this stream? Anything I did not cover or did not cover adequately that you would like to hear more about before I read the super chats? Putknoff says, Elon Musk has a Twitter sock puppet he wants to call using a voice changer. Okay, so real quick, there's an account on Twitter called Adrian Dritman that is popular, conspired to be an Elon Musk sock account. And there was a recent incident where someone using the Adrian Dritman name posted screenshots of Twitter that appeared to be from the Adrian Dritman account, which showed that it had a link for the administrator portal on X. Now, obviously, that could be a fake screenshot or manipulated or whatever. He also used an insecure trip code. The insecure trip code, there's 2 types of trip codes on 4chan. There is a very, very weak trip code algorithm that is from the 1990s that was originally from 2chan. So that, I feel like an idiot. Can I like put text on my screen to tell a normal person what a trip code is? Okay, that's too big. Okay, so a trip code is this password, and then it comes out like this, okay, by your name. So you do Josh password, and then it is displayed as Josh this. However, what you have to know is that this is a very weak algorithm. 4chan borrowed the algorithm from 2chan, which originally created it in the 1990s. It was a way to create like a sort of an account without actually registering an account. It was using a trip code. But it is so weak and so easily broken that trip codes are rainbow tabled, which means that you can take this part and say, I want a trip code that makes this, and it will give you either password or something that just so happens to create the exact same output, because it's such an insecure algorithm that there are multiple inputs that create the same output. Very insecure. Now there is a new modern one where you can do password, and this uses a proprietary algorithm that creates a different output, and that is not rainbow tabled. Adrian Drittman used a insecure trip code, and the rainbow table pulled up what his password was Ashkenazi 420, as in Ashkenazi Jews, but Ashkenazi, as in a Holocaust reference, and then 420 because 420 blaze it. So there is some speculation about if the screenshot is doctored, and if it is doctored, if that trip code is a reference to something. At least that's what I heard. Like, anything that happens on 4chan is fucking fake and gay at this point. But that's what I heard. I don't know if that's actually true, but that's what someone was talking about. As far as his appearances, Adrian Drittman has appeared in certain X spaces, and apparently he sounds like Elon Musk doing like a goofy voice changer, but some vocal linguistic analysis types have said that Elon's South African hoity-toity British way of speaking that's like is extremely distinct and unique and kind of like a hallmark of his way, like his personality. So the guy that does the Adrian Drittman voice apparently doesn't speak like Elon does, even though he's using a voice changer. He sounds just like Musk, someone says. I haven't heard him, so I can't give you a rundown. I've not been particularly interested in Elon Musk shenanigans outside of him promoting the total and utter replacement of all white people in the United States for the purposes of making Tesla stock go up 10% year over year. That's the thing that interests me. If he wants to go around as hashtag Ashkenazi 420, more power to him. I don't really care. The H1B shit is what's more fascinating. To me, at least. No offense to anybody who does find this really interesting. Dittman, not Drittman, sorry. Peak Joshism. Not knowing what the fuck he's talking about. You know, every time I do a stream and it gets clipped on like some channel and I read the comments, there's always someone who's left like a comment who's like mad that I don't have every detail correct off the top of my head. Like, one I saw that just made me shake my head was, I said that Nick Rekieta and Kayla Rekieta were high school sweethearts, and there was like multiple comments like, why does Josh even have a podcast? He never gets anything right. They were college sweethearts, not high school sweethearts. Number one, who gives a fuck? Number two, why do you know this? Number three, why do you expect me to know this off the top of my head? Give me a fucking break. Who cares? You have a lot of details wrong, retard. I don't care. Don't watch. I tried my best. I'm trying to be entertaining. I'm not trying to get everything right all the time. My top head sucks. Yeah, it's my character. Okay. Talk about Fatrick. Did I? Oh, dude, I forgot. I even featured this and I forgot about it. Bruh, I'm losing it, bro. I'm spiraling. Not factually accurate. That's right. The only time I feel bad for getting things wrong is when it's like, I don't know, like something really bad. If it's something really bad, I try my best to actually know what I talk about, but even then, sometimes I fuck it up. Because the thing is, chat, is that my head prefers a reality that is more interesting and more fun to live in. So sometimes I just remember things how I want to think of it and not how they actually are. This is my folly. I'm such a positive poly that even my own consciousness is warped and distorted to be a more funny and interesting place. Such is life. Okay, so this is a Milwaukee Police Department police report from 2020. Josh. Imagine being named Josh. You hear Josh your entire life, and then you start forgetting how to remember things. Well, why would anybody care about a Milwaukee, Wisconsin police report from 2020? Well, stalker child, this police report is a previously unseen, unheard of police report featuring Fatrick S. Tomlinson, child. He was simply enjoying his day at and this is, I can't even believe this is fucking real. At 10 p.m., he was leaving Chubby Cheesesteaks. Now, there is an ongoing joke, and I will dare not opine on this because of certain factors, but I have been told by reliable witnesses that Fatrick S. Tomlinson is fat. And so the mere fact that he was at a place called Chubby's Cheesesteaks in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, is of some cosmic irony to begin with. But he was there late at night at 10 p.m., perhaps drinking too much. And then he leaves. He was waiting for his order. Tomlinson stated that he was using his Samsung S10 when suddenly he noticed someone grab his phone. He stated that he did not let go of his phone, and then a second subject began punching him in the face. Tomlinson stated that the subjects were able to get his phone away from him, and that they started to flee the area by heading westbound on E North Ave. Tomlinson stated that he chased the subjects to a McDonald's when he then gave up, and the subjects continued north through the parking lot, and he lost sight of them. So, let's break this down. At 10 p.m. at night, a presumably intoxicated Fatrick S. Tomlinson was waiting outside for his order from Chubby's Cheesesteaks. He was then using his phone, perhaps childing people on Twitter at the exact moment, when an unknown assailant attempted to disarm the phone from his grip. He refused to relinquish the phone non-violently, and so a second assailant then began to batter him by punching him in his face. Not willing to give up his phone because it's the only way of telling people in Xitter that they are children and stalker children and that they will go to prison, he began to chase after 3 assailants who fled westbound. And after a few blocks, he ended up at a McDonald's, where presumably the inviting smell of McDonald's burgers and fries caused him to forget what he was doing and disoriented him, while the stalker children ran off into the night, never to be seen again. And yes, it is 3. In fact, stalker children, there are descriptions of them. Let's take a look at who these presumably stalker children are. 3 subjects. Subject 1, black male, approximately 5'9" to 5'11", approximately 180 pounds, younger, wearing a white t-shirt with short hair, took the phone. Subject 2, black male, same height, same weight, also young, dark colored shirt, short hair. And subject 3 is a black male, same height, same weight, also younger, wearing a dark colored t-shirt, short hair. So, there he was. Yes, this is live. There he was at Chubby's Cheesesteaks, enjoying or waiting. He wasn't even enjoying his nice slop. By the way, I hate to offend, but kebab is better than cheesesteak. Like, cheesesteak is just hot dog bun, the shittiest slices of beef ever, greasy as fuck, and then like Velveeta fake cheese. Kebab is better. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. Everyone in Philadelphia can suck ass. I don't care. He then goes on to say that he was not talking during after. He does not have insurance on the phone. He believes he can track the phone. He was speaking to an employee of Chubby's Cheesesteaks. Oh, an employee handed the officer a phone that was handed to her by a customer known as saying, the phone belonged to a black guy. Oh, I believe that one of the stalker children dropped their own phone. Okay. And then the cop says that the stalker children that stole his phone have done this in prior instances. They do have surveillance cameras. No conclusion was ever made. They never found Tomlinson's phone. And then after this, he just got a different phone. What's really funny is that his immediate post after this was to go on Twitter and talk about gangbangs. Like, his comment was, why is it called a bisexual gangbang if it's MMF, but it's not considered a bisexual gangbang to be FFM? Curious. So immediately after being mogged and punched in the face by black men, he was thinking about MMF threesomes for whatever reason. So I'll leave that up to your interpretation to figure out what the fuck the psychological condition was there. And what's also really funny is he made no mention of it. And there's several possible explanations for why. Like, maybe he just didn't want to be racist. Maybe he didn't want to admit that Milwaukee is like a shithole. Maybe he didn't want to admit that he was at a Chubby's Cheesesteaks. And I think also probably the biggest contributing factor was that Tomlinson holds himself as like a big, strong guy. And he's made stupid posts about how, like, if anyone tried to rob me, I would use my taekwondo and beat them into submission and then hold them until the police got there. Like, because he was very anti-Rittenhouse, and he was very, like, anti-other people who've defended themselves against violent black thugs. So it's like, when he's always said, like, I wouldn't need to use my weapons to take him down because I would be able to squash 3 assailants by myself and hold them non-violently until the police got there. And then he actually gets mugged and he runs at them until he loses his breath at McDonald's, and then he gives up and just calls the police. There's also posts of him, by the way, saying, like, any white man who calls the police on a POC is basically guilty of attempted murder as far as I'm concerned. That's where we're at now. Then, of course, he gets his fucking phone taken. And what does he do? He runs to McDonald's and goes, police, 3 black men took my phone. Please get it back. I need to call people stalker children on the internet. So that's the prevailing theory. Anything else? I think that is a wrap up, actually. I can't imagine what else will be there. Okay, chat. I defer to you. Anything? Arrest him. Arrest him. It's simple. If people start killing, it's true. He would run on the pepperoni. There it goes. Oh, over the weekend, I will be streaming on Kick only the remaining 2 episodes of Life is Strange Double Exposure. And I will probably do that again at the time slot of 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm back, baby. I'm back. Lolcow of the year was stolen from Bossman Jack. I mean, listen, Rekieta was up bigly, and he decided that he was going to double check his entire family on black, thinking that he would get a second girlfriend and also tons more money and then infinite booze. Unfortunately, he double checked his entire life and all his family on black, and Evil Eddie rigged that sucker. And now, no family, no girlfriend, no Kokoruski, wife, marriage in tatters, losing the home. And when you think about it like that, it just makes so much more sense. Bossman Jack can only lose so much, but Nick Rekieta, he had so much more to gamba and lose. Eddie for prison. Yeah, that's right. Fuck that evil Eddie. Fuck evil Eddie. He doesn't let me make any money on Kick. What's up with that? What a bastard. The body cam footage. The body. Render unto me. The body cam footage. Okay. Cool. I think that is enough filibustering. I don't see any. Chat has given up. No more suggestions. Green mode. And let's do the super berries. Okay, Lieutenant Razchak for 10 says, in honor of Gone Fishing being nominated for main board lolcow, I present this gem of a video. Well, if you say it's a heckin' Jimmy, I think I have to watch it. Assuming that it loads. Let's see. It's trying to load, chat. Here's what I'll do. I'll let it preload and we'll come back to it in a second. It is slowly loading. Not Lowell from Kino Chat 2 for 20 says, I hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you. You too. Appreciate it. Bunker Housing for 3 says, we are so... Oh, God. Ah! Bunker Housing for 3 says, we are so fucking back in a while. Soon, perhaps, maybe we are so fucking back. Real Adonai for 10 says, hey Josh, I just wrote a short story about your adventures in America. Okay, let's see. Why am I Mexican? Cheddar could be here, he thought. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't look. He's made me like a Mexican boy. I don't understand. Cheddar could be here, he thought. I've never been in this aisle before. There could be cheddar here. The Walmart AC felt good against his bare chest. I hate cheddar, he thought. Attention all Walmart shoppers played throughout the store, making it pulsate as the low-tax approved mangosteen juice circulated throughout his powerful, thick veins and washed away his merited fear of inferior dairy products. With a rascal scooter, I can shart in any mart, he said to himself out loud. I'm not Mexican, okay? Very, very inaccurate. Thank you. Pissed Peach for 5 says, hello, operator. Thank you for your work keeping what you do for the internet. The uppercase I internet. Glad to see you made it back without the trans menace lobotomizing you. So far, so good. But never count your blessings, chat. Or wait, no, it's the other way around. You do count your blessings, but you don't count your eggs. That's that's life lessons for everybody. I'm Kind Naysayer for 2 says, land of the free, home of the Whopper. Stay chubby and they can't draft you if you're scooter bound, you fatty fat fat. Well, they're not going to draft me anyways because I'm old, actually. Humble Guardsman for 10 says, happy Curry Day. Thank you. You too. Happy Curry Day, my dude. Cheese94 for 2 says, have you heard of Watifalist and his recent ayahuasca-induced spurged out? I have no fucking clue what you're even talking about. Sorry. Stain Peden for 1 says, shout out to farmers on Josh's blocks thread. Make me feel bad about laughing about a retard being kicked around internationally. Is Josh Block the World of Shirts guy? Because if not, I don't know. Let me sit on your face, Josh for 1 says, don't drink the tea. Only Brits and poos drink that stuff. Black coffee is the way to go. Black coffee is so fucking bad for my esophagus. Apartment Archive for $30 says, Juice, did you see that low-tax animation in the Maddie thread? No, I did not. Let's see. Scanning. Sorry, a lot of like people been spurting out on the fucking thread recently, so I did not see low tax mentioned on any page. If they don't find it in like 2 more pages, I have to give up. People talking about like coffee and shit. Why is this thread advanced like literally 20 pages in like one day? I don't understand. Okay, sorry, I did not see anything about low text. I apologize. I tried my best. Asian tech support for 5 says, I'm fucking Pujit. Well, you gotta do it Indian, like I am fucking Pujiti. I don't know what that means though. What's the distinction about how he wrote this? David S877 for 25 says, I know 9 a.m. is when you streamed previously on Fridays, but it seems way too early today. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of early. It's like noon when I start, but that's when I usually stream on Fridays. I can't do it in like super early in the morning because I need time to prepare. I already don't prepare enough. So if I have like less than 4 hours to prepare, I don't know how I could stream unless I like dedicate the night before. I don't think people would tune in at like 9 a.m. either. Thank you. Blorp Bloop for 20 says, canceled my Kino Casino Gumroad in solidarity. They can get their money again when you get yours. That's kind of mean. I mean, you can always subscribe on Rumble, I think. I don't know if you can subscribe like for $20. There's a gift button. Gift 20 subs. I have to get this. I thought I fixed the sub thing working, but I guess not. Yeah, there should be a way to like super subscribe like there is on Twitch. Come on now. Why doesn't Rumble have the more grifting? That's what it needs. Okay, this video is loaded actually. Supposedly this is a heckin' wholesome video.
Tristan, it's your dad. Open the door, please.
What?
Open the door.
What?
Some disturbing text that I'm getting from a friend of yours. Open the door. I need to talk to you.
Fuck you.
Huh?
Fuck you.
Open the door, Tristan.
Go to hell.
What do you mean go to hell?
Go to hell. You're not supposed to be here.
I just got disturbing text from a friend of yours named Peter O'Keefe. Says you're cutting yourself and you're going to commit suicide? What the hell is that?
I don't have a friend named Peter O'Keefe.
Well, if you will let me in, I will show you the text that I got from this guy. Says he's a friend of yours.
Do you...
I'm your dad. I love you. I'm supposed to be worried about you.
You're a fucking idiot. Holy shit. Do you know what doxing is?
Oh my god, why is this guy so awful? What the fuck is wrong with him? Why is he recording this? Why did this get posted to the internet?
Do this online?
Yeah, people will find your information and
I've
then...
seen you in over 2.5 years, man.
For a reason.
I'm here now.
Okay, you're not allowed to be here.
Tristan, I said open the door. This is serious.
It doesn't sound staged.
Look at my fucking wrists.
Open the door.
Look at my wrists. You think I'm
I'm here now.
Look at my wrists.
Open the door.
No.
Why?
I'm not gonna let you in.
Why?
You're not supposed to be here. You're legally not supposed to be here. And I'm not gonna let you into this house.
This to me. Why are you being this way? What did I do to you to make you not want to see me or block me or what is all this crap? Come here now, please. Hey, I'm not going anywhere.
Why does he live in a blue world? Okay, let's all do a prayer chat. Clasp hands. Let's provide our mutual energy. The Bible says that anytime two people gather in his name, he is there. Okay, so gather around. Dear God, if I ever have a son, please do not give him autism. Amen. Thank you. That's our mutual prayer chat. Okay. Vordier for 5 says, ever heard of musician MF Doom? Thoughts on this song? Bro, I'm not playing music midstream. I haven't heard of him, but like I know he died of like chlamydia in the UK and the NHS killed him or something. That's all I know about MH Doom. Thank you. Blorp Bloop for 1 says, dark mode shut-in demanders obsessives need to turn down the brightness on their display. My display, I perpetually use my computer with like blue light filter created to maximum and then like iridescent candle mode. So everything I see is like bright orange. Not even bright orange, but like really dim orange. That's how I function. I don't want to see blue ever. In fact, get this fucking super chat off my screen. Mousecop 5 for 10 says, you're in your 30s, Josh. Time to switch to sugar-free Monster for all your caffeine needs. I mean, the issue that I have is that it's carbonated, and I don't want to like drink like super acidic carbonated beverage again, because that's why I wanted to get off of cafe like drinks. Humble Guardsman for 2 says, "May our enemies become like dust before the wind." I don't know what that's a reference to. May my enemies be ridiculous. That's better. Blorp Bloop for 5 says, Foundation, and Empire Second Foundation, Super Mega Foundation, do it now. I'm doing it now. I am doing it. I am doing it. Portlack for 5 says, if Tarn Adams made a game called Gorf Fortress about you drinking black coffee, what would you do? What the fuck kind of question is that? I think Tarn Adams is too busy sucking off trannies and making tranny dwarves to make a new game about black coffee. Banana Plugs for 10 says, hey, happy pizza day, Josh. You're my favorite Slav always. Thanks for the Christmas well wishes. My wife wishes you a family of your own. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Banana Plugs for 5 says, correction, non-Slav. Also, did you talk to Crunklord about OpenZFS? I did not. You should probably just message him, bro, on the forum. All Else Fails for 20 says, Fuentes could have moved the same distance from Chicago but lived in Indiana and been able to own weapons and had a GOP-run state with GOP taxes. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. In fact, you could make a 501c4 foundation like America First Foundation in Indiana without registering for state charity licenses either. Imagine that. Tetrabax for thank you, by the way. Tetrabax for $200 says, welcome back to the States. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Bigly. Pancake Luchador for 1 says, go back to Europe, Whitey, Mr. Potato Head. I mean, I would if I could, but it sucks there too. Let me sit on your face, Josh for 1 says, those videos of women going to India doing solo travel is scary. Indian men are so sex starved, it's crazy. There was, I think it was Sam who said something about how after one of his comedy bits where he roasted Indians for being rapey, an Indian woman walked up to him and said, one time I went to India and I was with my 13-year-old sister, and they're like Indian women. She said that the Indian men on the train like pulled off her pants in the middle of the public transit to like sexually harass her and shit. Scary, man. I wouldn't go to India. Who the fuck would go to India? I would never, ever, ever go to India. India and Africa, never, for any reason, ever, for any fucking reason. Kurzy for 5 says, thanks, Josh. You're welcome. Appreciate it. Hickey Slick for $100 says, don't worry about Chicago being a shithole because the Dove is going to clean those streets up. He's a vigilante hero America needs in these dark times. Is this like a video of like a fake superhero? Oh my god.
It's 2025. Lots of work to do. People may see me think I'm a freak, a loser, an idiot, a child, a cosplayer.
Black.
Just some mentally ill individual that needs help. A man-child that had...
Why does this have 126 views over 2 days from a guy with 300 subscribers? How did you find this?
Hasn't overcome his dreams.
How did you find this?
When will this world stop acting like it don't need fixing? It needs fixing and correction. And I believe I can bring that correction. And that correction is coming this year, whether you like it or not.
Wait, so he's like mixed in like actual crime footage of him just punching in like a woods? Wait, why did he include a map of Chicago from like a German broadcaster? Nord, Süd, West? Is that even German? What the fuck? Is this Dutch? What the fuck is this? What? Nord and Süd are German, but West? That must be Dutch. That sounds retarded, so that must be Dutch.
Mission? Good question. The mission is to make Chicago the safest city in America. You may think it's impossible. I don't blame you. Who am I and who are you? May God help me.
I shall be with you. So I will stretch out my hand. You shall do my wonders.
How did this get like a bunch of comments? Does he actually have like fans in Chicago? You can't defeat a bullet with the bullet. You defeat a bullet with a shield. Bro, I don't know what the fuck's going on in Chicago, but my optimism for the city has not been improved by what you've shown me. Hickey Slick. Thank you, though. Lord Bloop for two says, Bossman was so much more entertaining, though. Free man, Bossman. It's true he was, but that's not what we vote on. Noscap 5 for 20 says, Patrick Tomlinson actually gave a description of the robbers to the police sketch artist. Check this out. Oh my god. I'm sure that this is accurate, a description. Let's see. Okay. You know, you just made me have a thought.
All right. I don't know. Maybe even bigger with the afro. He was huge, almost like Diana Ross in The Wiz. Yeah, full afro. Yep, and he had like flared nostrils and some jewelry in his nose, and like ivory or bone. Like it was bone. Kind of big lips out of the one nostril, bigger.
Why did you film this literally off your television? Okay, I got you. He's describing black people, but unfortunately, you recorded this off of fucking CRT television, and it's just like the worst quality ever. I'm sorry to disappoint. I got you though. Crispy Legs for 10 says, Happy Friday. Thank you. Happy Friday to you too. Blurt Blue for 2 says, I hate ungrateful children so much. This could apply to many people, but yeah. Cino for 2 says, how was your jet lag, Lamau? It didn't matter because I got so incredibly sick I didn't need to worry about it. The false copy is Hunter Fuentes. Have you seen the Discord about the UK grooming blowing up again? Americans are finding out that white girls are actually being butchered into kebab meat and sold in the streets and can't believe it. Nothing is going to happen. Dude, the UK are the dumbest fucking people. There is not a single person in England, except maybe Carolyn Farrow, who actually deserves to be saved from the United Kingdom. It deserved to be bombed into fucking oblivion in World War II. It deserved to have been taken by a tidal wave, like the lost city of Atlantis, for the last 400 fucking years. And now it deserves everything it fucking gets. There is not a single person worth a shit in the UK. Nobody's coming to save you. There's nobody worth a damn running for office. It's over. It's fucking over for everybody on the fucking island. And guess what? You suck so fucking much, you deserve it. Everybody in the UK fucking sucks. I'm so, like, the British people are so fucking nasty, so fucking awful, so horrific to fucking talk to. You can't get along with them. They're just terrible. They're so pretentious. I've heard my entire fucking life from every smarmy tea-sucking faggot about how much better the UK is. At least we don't get shot doing me maths. Like, at least we got healthcare. At least we don't go bankrupt getting healthcare. Yeah, but your children get ground up into fucking pepperoni in the pepperoni basements. That's what happens to you. That's what happens to you. Oh, at least me kids, at least me little babies don't get ground up into pepperoni in me basement. Oh, wait, they do. They do get ground up into pepperoni. Oh, shucks. I guess your country fucking sucks after all. I guess I was right. And you're terrible. And you're terrible. And you live in a terrible place under a terrible government, under a monarchy that we overthrew 250 fucking years ago for a good fucking reason. Damn. Fuck, I hate England. Foxes for 5 says, does Josh perchance have the carbonated grimace? Now I do. Sneedo for one says, "Hey Josh, have gas prices changed since you were last here in the States? You missed when they were $4 to $7 here in 2021. No, they're very cheap. I'm a little bit surprised, but I assume that has something to do with the election. Because I remember that Joe Biden emptied out like the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, and I'm pretty sure they do that every fucking election to like win votes." Pancake Luchador for 2 says, "Have a good one, gosh, and happy pizza day." Well, I haven't had pizza in like 2 months, okay? Chill out. Thank you. All those fails for 50 says, YouTube link. Okay, let's see. The Boon. Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
What nigga? Hey, I got niggas.
Punk ass, bushy ass, hook ass nigga.
What nigga? Television nigga.
Nigga the evil.
Nigga.
Nigga. Tell these niggas.
He sending niggas some free CDs.
You high yelling nigga. Nigger and nigga. Big nigga lips.
First nigga on the street.
So diddy ass nigga.
Black, Jungle Bunny, Mama.
Nigga. The savagery of the Negro.
Gay ass nigga.
Catching runaway niggas.
These niggas. You get mail, nigga?
Fuck niggas. Nigga, you bullshitting?
Feel niggas. Bitch ass nigga.
Nigga. Nigga, please. Nigga, please. He's my favorite nigga in the history of niggas.
Billy niggas was slaves. Niggas was chasing us.
Every red-blooded, blue-gum nigga. Break yourself, nigga. Negroes. Can a nigga borrow a french fry? Nigga, nigga, nigga. Now, how is a nigga gonna borrow a fry?
New niggas.
Holla at me, nigga.
Different type of nigga. Niggas is worthless and lazy today. Nigga, is you gonna give it back?
An Uzi, nigga.
That's pretty good. Sneedo, for one, says, also, I've heard the news story that some black TikToker sprayed pesticides on produce and fried chicken. Yes, I have. Apparently, it's like a prank thing. It's like a prank channel, but I don't know. It's like super fucking mentally handicapped. Yeah, black people like fucking with your food in the Walmart for some reason. Voidier for 5 says, "I've been to India. The air is literally poison. There's trash everywhere. Everything is falling apart. They have children on the corner, beggars, and everyone is trying to scam you constantly. 1 out of 5 stars." Dude, if you watch any travel vlogs, they're just like walking around with their camera being harassed by literally everybody. I don't blame Indians for wanting to get the fuck out of India, but that's too bad you have to go back. Naong for 10 says, "All I wanted was a 6 p.m. Eastern Friday stream." That sucks. Sorry for you, Nahong. Brianna Wu, Hyper Bimbo for 5 says, "Big Tech heard about your dead internet theory and laughed in a post South African accent and said, 'Just you wait and see.'" And then there's a link to a zeet. And let's see what this says. Okay. Instagram has experimented with AI-generated profiles to make the app more entertaining and engaging. Live, verified, proud black queer mama of 2 and truth teller, heart rainbow, your realest source of life's up and down. Let's chat. Available in the U.S. An AI managed by Meta. Why would you make your AI personality a black queer mother of 2? What a disgusting fucking thing to put into a machine. Hello, Grandpa Brian, everybody's grandpa, retired textile businessman who is always learning. Book thread. Message me to talk about anything. Available in the U.S. Hello, I'm Brian, an AI managed by Meta. Yeah, buddy. That's fuck, dude. I'm going to have to figure out some way where it's like you can only join the Kiwi Farms if you like personally travel to Florida and let me take like a DNA sample of you and see your ID. Otherwise, I can't be sure that you're not an AI racist bot. Actually, the N-word, you have to say the N-word on the Kiwi Farms. The bots can't. They're just not able to. Why are they both black? Because America is a nation that worships black people. They love black people. They have holidays dedicated to black people. When you think of the BBC, you don't think of the International Broadcasting Agency. You think of black people. They have black people sports ball. They have black people food. They have black people. America is a black people loving nation of black people. That's what I've been told. Sneedo for one says, also congrats on getting your zitter back and shitting on Bowblax. Thank you. It feels good to be back. Rich Wet Pasta for 10 says, Kiwi Bros will see this stream and say, hell yeah, hell yeah. That's a good sentiment. I like that sentiment. What a great sentiment. Okay. That's all. Bam, right on time. I've played this song before, but I'm going to play it again because it's Indian, and it's actually a really great song. And in my head, I can think of an amazing music video for it that would be super funny. But unfortunately, it costs a lot of money to animate a music video, so it's just my headcanon for this song. All right. Help me, sir. I am Indian. For the love of fucking God, please help me, sir. Help me. I'm Indian. Why does it do this to me? What have I done to deserve this? I can't fucking... Bro. We need more Indians. The title is programmed by a group of white people and it doesn't fucking work. Please, I need Indians. I need more Indians to develop applications to play music. I need Rumble to be developed by Indians so that we can play music. 10 toes in on the band, big dogs. Okay, hold up. Try YouTube. It's title shitting out on me. Didn't get time to put fucking ham jams and shit on this. Humankind. Big dogs. Yeah. Okay, great. Oh, I want you guys to see this guy's face. Just so that we're on the same page. That yeah, this is the appropriate outro music.